going on, y'all? Y'all, I saw this coming. I just bust out laughing. Rosa said, "Don't start being like Lennon and starting all late." I was in another live. Okay. Oh, who's going in on polite, nasty ass. He been in prison where he belongs. Shout out to all of you all. Y'all come on in here and hit that like button as you come in. Oh man. My last live stream went over. And plus the sound was not working well. It took about 15 minutes just to get the audio. I had to reboot my entire device. Can't make this stuff up, man. Oh my god. How y'all doing? Welcome back in. Francisca, Black Anonymous. Shout out to all of the members, supporters, all of you all. Y'all hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. It's hard to do this during the week. Man, listen, y'all, but please pray for me. Oh, gotta work until I can do this full time, and then really piss off Umar. Oh man, Umar done sent this damn woman upon us. I say, how you doing, honey? Shout out to my mods, to all the members and supporters, all the viewers. Tavares, what's going on, honey? We just got through watching 3 episodes of this series on Polite. Ugh. That dude is one nasty dude. My God. I mean, you know, him and Malachi York right where they belong. Can't make this up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in again. What's going on, Rep Mars? How you doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody speak to everybody. Y'all ready? Let's pull this up. Yeah, those 3 episodes we watched was something else, but it's such a good series. Shout out to Hood Horrors. Oh my goodness. Huge fan, huge fan, huge fan. Make sure you guys show him some love. Check out his playlist on Polite as well as Nature Boy. We got to get back to the Nature Boy series in due time. But we're gonna kick this off with something comical. Y'all, Kogo. Y'all, Kogo did this. Shout out to Kogo, honey. Make sure you guys go check out Kogo's YouTube channel. Miss Kogo. They're doing some great work over there. Y'all, this is Pressy Fatune episode 1. I wanted to see this. It's on like a minute. Then we're gonna watch a couple videos. Oh, Marianne. Y'all, she came up in the Polite series. I was like, oh dear Lord. we can't get rid of her at all. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Let me just put that video link in there. Did you see my blog post? I haven't been able to see it yet. I have not seen it, but we got your link here, Black Anonymous. So make sure you all please go check out her blog post. I haven't personally been able to read it yet. I have not. I'm sorry. I have literally I'm just trying to catch up on getting out the content, and just last week was a long week. I'm still catching up on y'all emails. So if you haven't heard back from me yet, just give me some time. I'm still catching up on emails, okay? But I appreciate you all being patient with me. But make sure you guys go check out Black Anonymous. Shout out to you and my fantastic mods here in the LLC. And I will read your blog. I guess I'll just check it out tonight after this live. So we're going to get into this, y'all. Because I don't want to be here all night holding you guys up Saturday evening. We got a couple live streams scheduled for tomorrow. Has anyone seen Umar interview with Baba Yaga? Child. Now, the last one we watched, he told that guy he only had any intentions on opening the smaller building and not both. But he keeps raising money for both buildings to open up. That's what, the Umar Tardians seem to overlook and ignore. Umar already told on himself. He had no intentions on opening up both buildings, just the smaller one. And he said that in another live where he did an interview with Father Baba Yaga. I call him Father Christmas. He looks just like Moses. And that dude kisses Umar's ass too. These grown men are just cowards, man. So did he say anything new from that interview? Hey, B Holly Opinion, how you doing? It was this week. Umar pushed the opening date to 2027. Oh, dear Lord. He'll never open the school. Yeah. It's not going to pass. It's not going to pass inspections. There you go. Make sure you guys check out Black Anonymous's blog, please. Make sure you guys go check that out and show some support. I got it flagged, so I'll show it again at the end as well. And I'm going to read it tonight after the live stream. I'll be able to catch up for once on my emails. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. Susan, I'm so glad you're doing a live. Yes. This is the third one today. I get my live streams in mostly on the weekends because of work. So let's kick this off with Prince Ifatunde. Shout out to Coco. Let's go.
Ifatunde. Open in the school one day. FDMG is coming. Umar Johnson bumming. Donations keep running. Donors keep on funding. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Yeah.
Prince Ifatunde, what are you doing?
Hey kids, I'm waiting on the HVAC to be installed. Hello? Brother Jose, the HVAC is at the crane yard. You will be here in 5 minutes? Fantastic. Brother Jose will be here in 5 minutes with the HVAC.
Hola, niños.
How long will this
Uno
take?
momento. Gracias. Maybe Gracias, ¿verdad?
No problem. Remember, kids, as long as your parents run them donations, the school will open one day. Now, zebra cakes and ginger ale for everyone. It's Ifatunde. Open in the school one day. FDMG is coming. Umar Johnson bumming. Donations keep running. Donors keep on funding. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Yeah.
Zebra cakes. Y'all, who is this? This one right here. She can't stay out of trouble either. Why do they always want to go to court? Y'all, them zebra cakes, ginger ale, something else. That's going to be the kids' nutrition plan as well. Zebra cakes, like Mondays will be Swiss rolls. Tuesday will be oatmeal cream pies. Wednesday it'll be, what's the little... The zebra cakes. Thursday it'll be strawberry shortcakes. Friday it'll be donuts. All Little Debbie and ginger ale. No water, no fruit, no protein, none of that. If you got peanut allergies, oh well. None of that matters. Yeah. Who is this, y'all? Yeah, this is a court hearing. I want y'all to keep this in mind as we watch this. They're in court. There's a whole judge in there. They're in court. Okay? Just keep this in mind, y'all. This is Congresswoman Marsha Fudge files protection order. Keep this in mind. They're in court. Let's go. Let's go.
You slapped me with your backhand, the phone went flying. You hit me. That's a fact, Congresswoman. That's a fact. Okay.
Congresswoman Marsha Fudge is in court seeking a protection order against 45-year-old Marianne Lorient. Representative Fudge told the court she was leaving a public event in January when she was confronted by Lorient about her support for Lance Mason. Mason is the
I'm just like, oh hell. Yeah, let me go back.
You slapped me with your backhand, the phone went flying. You hit me. That's a fact, Congresswoman. That's a fact. Okay.
Congresswoman Marsha Fudge is in court seeking a protection order against 45-year-old Marianne Lorient. Representative Fudge told the court she was leaving a public event in January when she was confronted by Lorient about her support for Lance Mason. Mason is the former judge and Cleveland City administrator, now under arrest for the murder of his former wife, Aisha Frazier, following a long history of abuse. Lorient recorded the confrontation on her cell phone and presented it to the judge.
Just be quiet.
Y'all, the judge had to tell this woman to be quiet. You can't make this up. No respect for the rule of law. Is it Marianne Lorient? No respect, huh? Just none. The judge telling you to be quiet. Look, she couldn't believe what she watching. Look at this. Judge, was this Judge Sappho? S. Strickland is a Sappho. Judge telling her to be quiet. Y'all, let me tell you something. This is not what you want a judge to have to do. Tell you to be quiet like this Sappho. This judge should not have to tell you this, Marianne. You're a grown woman. Judge got on her so quick. I'm surprised she didn't hold her in direct criminal contempt of court. You can't make this up.
Just be quiet.
The security detail for Marcia Fudge maintains that Marianne Lorient has shown up at a number of her public events, but Lorient maintains the event in January was the first and only time she met Fudge. Lorient claims the congresswoman knocked her cell phone out of her hand, which Marcia Fudge denies.
She is just fabricating this entire story. Who hit me, Congressman? It is a total fabrication. If I had hit her, she would have been hurt.
Marianne Lorient says her...
She said if I would have hit her, she would have been hurt. Yeah. Why we can't look? That's all for the news. If the news was just these court hearings like this, I would watch the news all the time. I'm telling you all, reading court documents is boring as hell, but sometimes there's some juicy details in that. Watching these court hearings is something else. It's something else. It's like soap operas, except animated. If I had hit her, she would have been hurt. Marianne, she said I would have beat the crap out of you. Oh man, my money would be on Marcia Fudge. Marcia Fudge versus Marianne Lorient. Who y'all voting for? Who winning that fight? Put it in the comments. Hurry up. Who's winning that fight? Marcia Fudge or Mal? Y'all let me know. Be honest. You can be honest. Maybe Marianne Lorient will have some hands for that moment. Who y'all think gonna win that fight? Marcia Fudge or Mal? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Hurry up, y'all. Who gonna win that fight? Y'all, who winning that fight? Mal? Is Mal winning that fight or Marcia? Y'all, come on. Marcia Fudge versus Marianne Lorient. Who's your money on? My money is on Marcia Fudge. I'm just saying. My money is on Marcia Fudge. Because I think Fudge will just get in the whip on her in one good one. She's not gonna take long either. She's just gonna get like one or two little punch throws, and then that's gonna be it. Marianne might be a little quicker, but I think if Marcia was able to clock it, she could knock her out. Y'all, we got Marcia for the win up in here. Marianne was in the news, yes, in court. S-Files in court, trying to represent herself. Y'all notice she's in here representing herself. She's pro se. Marianne Lorient was pro se for this hearing. She did not get an attorney, but I thought she had an attorney on retainer. You know, because she lies like hell. Marianne, I thought you kept attorneys on retainers. Wouldn't you have an attorney? This is the opportunity of a lifetime to have an attorney, you know, that you say you pay on retainer. And yet you're representing yourself for a restraining order against a congresswoman that had bodyguards and security around her too. So witnesses plus the video from the phone. It's like she showed the judge this video evidence and told on herself. And she's representing herself while over talking the judge, Marcia Fudge, and everybody else. Y'all, this is something else.
It is a total fabrication. If I had hit her, she would have been hurt.
Marianne Lorient says her principal complaint is that she believes that Congresswoman Fudge helped Lance Mason get out of prison early and then helped him secure a job with the city of Cleveland.
Other people wrote letter, but it's her. She took a step further. She instructed him to write an apology letter. She instructed him and referred to her as the drama queen wife. Who does that?
During the court hearing, Marcia Fudge responded to Lorient's claim that, quote, you have blood on your hands.
I wrote one letter and
conditions of other 35 people who wrote letters on his behalf. Certainly, if I could exceed 4 years in the future, I may not have. The last message was my friend. I wrote a letter. I looked at the video. I said, somebody stop it. Listen to me. Listen to me.
After listening to both sides, Judge Shirley Strickland Saffold grants Marcia Fudge's request for a protection order against Marianne Lorient.
Just being a public official.
The judge was being nice, people. I just want you all to know that. This judge was being very patient and gracious with Marianne Lorient. This judge is literally raising her voice to say, listen to me multiple times. Multiple times. I'm an independent journalist. I yell in my mic a lot. But I'm not yelling in the courtroom. And this judge had to raise her voice at Marianne Lorient multiple times to get her to stop talking or to listen to her. So Marianne don't listen to no damn body. Not even a judge in a court of law. Marianne, if you didn't believe that this court has jurisdiction over you, why did you go to court? Why even go to court? To defend yourself. Where was your attorney again that you have on retainer?
It doesn't give anybody the right to come and approach us in our face, to enter into some type of altercation with us, to follow us out, to call us murderers.
Crawford experience.
We're going to unseat you.
Yeah, this is
You're
the video
evil.
right here.
For you, as a Black woman, to write that letter, at what point did you have empathy for her? At what point did you think about her? At what point? At what? Don't push me. Don't push me. You break my phone, it won't be cute. Okay, you don't know who I am too. All of y'all putting on a high pedestal. You're a murderer. Aisha Frazier blood is on your hand. You understand?
Okay,
you are a murderer.
Okay, you said
a murderer.
You said what you had to say.
I'm a murderer.
You had to say you disturbing the whole thing.
No, I'm not. I'm here. I'm outside.
All right. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.
I'm Detective Daniels from the city.
Okay, you can get there. She killed my friend. She may not have been there physically.
This is
She killed her. Murderer.
This is not
Hold
the
on.
place. This
I
is
know it's
not
not,
the
but that's why
place.
the judge invited me. I didn't just I just got here.
Just listen. This is not the place.
She's a
They
murderer.
were trying to separate us, and I kept
Oh
saying,
my God.
just don't say anything to her. They were trying to take me out of the door because they knew I was leaving. She's yelling at the guy.
Yeah, I love how the judge is up there doing the origami with that piece of paper. That judge up there folding paper. In the meantime, meanwhile, can you imagine what's going through this judge's head? He's just folding paper up there like his name. Text my godmother, say, you ever done this? You make a folding crane. What is the judge doing? Y'all, the judge is not studying none of this.
Don't touch me, don't push me, something like that. He says, now I didn't hit you.
Y'all, some folding paper.
She is just fabricating this entire shit. Who hit me, Congressman? It
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
total fabrication. If I had hit her, she would have been hurt. I did not hit her.
Who hit me then? Was it an imaginary person? It was the three of us, Congresswoman. It was the
We
three
were
of us.
never in a conversation. She has a right to. The same constitution that protects you protects her as well. She has a right to attend an affair and not have you take a camera and put it in her face if she doesn't want it there. If you want to criticize her, criticize her.
But this.
But what you did was more than criticizing. You followed her, you pursued her, you went from a safe place to a dangerous place. You keep yelling.
Man, you gonna go to a safe place to a dangerous place if you go up there to these bandos and then you get around that black mole thinking you stopping something. Why not file a petition to the court, and sue Umar? Because that would be best. Why not just sue him? Because that's a thing you can do. No, is that too much right for her to just file a lawsuit against Umar? Yeah, it's so funny because we've heard these same words before, going from a safe place to a dangerous place. Funny how she repeated that same thing and saying that this is what Patrick Bishop told her. Don't go from a safe place to a dangerous place. Did he? Or did this judge say that?
Well, what if she had hit me? If I had hit you back, if I had hit you, she has the right not to have that happen.
Oh, this is epic. Yeah, I love the score here. This is something else. Marianne, we doing it.
Commission. Good evening. I want to bring you this video to bring you.
I just want to play this and hear his word.
Of anti-Afro.
Hold on. I already reacted to this. Here's the thing right here. Here's what I just had to hear again. There we go back. Here it is.
Powerful. What they're
powerful? What was powerful? Y'all notice she kept saying this in this video?
Powerful. What they're not going to do.
What was powerful? I must have missed the powerful part. Y'all, this boot on the ground is something else. Powerful. Y'all, that boot on the ground is some powerful stuff right there. How many times did she say this word in this video? Powerful. Powerful. Y'all.
This email she posted on her channel, she felt slighted, she felt offended because people were challenging her and her claims about a federal investigation and Umar Johnson. So this email comes from someone from the Victim Services Division of the FBI. The language here would...
Yeah, I know the person's name. Because I'm an independent journalist and I'm good at what I do. So I know this agent, who this person, this email came from. I know their whole name. If you're going to redact, you need to read carefully all the way from top to bottom. Top to bottom, Marianne and Lene. If you're going to redact, make sure you cover top to bottom. Because I know this person's name from your post. Oh, dear Lord. Y'all don't bum rush her post to go see. Top to bottom. Redaction. Like Marianne did the same thing. She failed to read the bottom of that advertisement with that disclaimer statement. Top to bottom. So I know the agent's name because you got to redact from top to bottom. Okay?
Be considered inside conversation. Do not...
Now, please listen carefully. She's not on anyone's side. She's not tearing anyone down. She's simply pointing out facts and making it crystal clear.
Yeah, we all can, Laurie.
Continue,
That's so crazy.
Queen. Thank you. Powerful. Let's go.
Powerful.
Even...
It's like Marianne has never heard these words before in this order. And for some reason, this is powerful to her. Yeah, listen. Everybody's going to give their 2 cents on YouTube, but there's nothing foreign or powerful to what's being said. It's almost common knowledge to those that understand how this process works. That's why I'm like, I shouldn't know the name of this agent because of poor redaction, but I do. She can't make this up. In any other world, I would not expect to see this email. Especially when, if I'm to scrutinize this, it still does not mention Umar Johnson by name. So if you had to put this in court and say, this is proof that this particular person is under an investigation, the first thing the jury and judge is going to say is, well, how do we know who you're referring to? Their name's not even mentioned. So we're just making an assumption that this particular email is referring to Umar Johnson. I want y'all to think about that for a second. His name is nowhere found in this email. So how would we know who's the person of interest that this investigation is supposed to be about if you're talking about providing documentation and evidence that is irrefutable, that this is pertaining to an investigation on Umar Johnson, and they don't even name him, and the agent's name is supposed to be fully redacted? How would we be able to verify that? If I had to scrutinize this, that's what I would look at. Y'all see what I'm saying here? How will we know? I just want y'all to look at this. Just read it. And then think about being in court. We're all sitting in a jury. And I introduced this exhibit as evidence to the court. And I'm trying to show that this is proof that Umar Johnson is under investigation. You all are the jury. First thing you're going to look for is any reference to him specifically in this email, would you not? His name's not even mentioned. Then the second thing you're going to wonder is, okay, we understand redacting out the name of the investigator, but how would we go back to verify if this specific email came from this specific investigator when we don't even know who they are? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? When you're expecting to see evidence to corroborate, you have to be fine-tuned in the details. Or else it doesn't prove that this is an open investigation specifically on Umar Johnson. You're just showing an email from someone that's supposed to be a part of a victims division of the FBI. They're not giving out any specifics. They're not even giving out anything other than the special agent is still investigating him. Who is that person? This person that allegedly sent this, it's not even the special agent investigating. And then you got to remember, who is him? Him could be anybody on earth. That is the scrutiny that you will look at in the court of law if you're talking about evidence supporting something. If this is supposed to be a receipt, it still does not prove Umar Johnson is under investigation. We're getting this from a third party. Well, we can't even, in normal conditions, we wouldn't know their name. I know the name, whatever. And it's not even the person doing the investigation or spearheading it or even involved in it. They just said, I know the special agent is still investigating him. That could be cause for speculation. This person could just be speculating it. There's no other evidence to corroborate that. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I just want y'all to notice when we're reading evidence here, it's not specific to anything. It doesn't prove anything. So let's say if the goal is, I want people to stop inquiring about it because, you shouldn't know. Okay, well, it's the way. But then again, people like myself, I'm going to look at this and say, well, this doesn't prove anything to me specifically. Even me knowing the name of this individual that sent the email, they're not the special agent allegedly spearheading this investigation of him, whoever him is, because that's not proving that him is Umar Johnson either. Does that make sense? So when I say I need to see evidence to be able to report on something like this, it has to be irrefutable for me. I'm not saying that there's not an investigation. I don't know. I'm simply saying I don't have a reason to believe what someone says. I don't care who it is. or even a general email correspondence like this that's not even specific. And that's okay. If he is under investigation, the evidence will come out later. It doesn't have to come out right now. But I would rather not see anything at all if it's the matter of not talking about this, than to see an email that still does not prove it. Does that make sense? This doesn't prove anything. And it gives him, Umar, more credence to say, I'm not under investigation. Y'all see this? It doesn't even have my name in it. Reading this, he wouldn't be wrong. I don't want to give him brownie points. I don't even want him to have a defense. So if there is an investigation, let that play out. And then whatever evidence directly relating to Umar Johnson being under investigation at some point will be released to the public. That's it. I mean, it's that simple. This isn't necessary at all. Now I know who this individual is, and I shouldn't. Y'all. Oh my God. All I'm saying is, let's not put this out. What's going on, girls? Kate, how you doing, honey? Tanya says, I love you. Keep me laughing. Shout out to all y'all in here. I just want you all to see, like, when I'm looking at something, like I said, it wasn't to be offensive. It is what it is. I don't have to trust but verify anymore. I'm just gonna verify and then report. But this isn't powerful. I don't know if Marianne Lorient was calling this powerful or not. I don't know what the hell. This isn't powerful or anything. This doesn't prove anything either. It doesn't prove any point. So just let the if there is an investigation, let it occur. And then let the evidence come out when it's supposed to, that would corroborate and name Umar in the investigation. There will be sufficient evidence to support an investigation on him directly. In the meantime, let's not give him a leg up. This was never necessary to post because it doesn't prove anything sufficiently. It just doesn't. All right, and now we know who this person is that sent the email, and I should know that. I do.
For a second, folks, say that I'm defending Umar Johnson. I'm critiquing this email and what information was provided. Outside of an inside conversation,
y'all,
this is a statement that should never be made public. Okay, the Victim Witness Service Assistant, provider, whatever the specific title is not a sworn law enforcement officer. They work for the FBI. Now, the issue that is problematic in this email is this victim witness representative is speaking for an FBI agent is not appropriate. Emphasizing this was a email that was shared between two people and now it's come out into the public. So I'm commenting on it. I'm not asking for information. I'm going to make a statement.
She's simply commenting on it and it's going
Marianne,
to make
we
a
know,
statement.
we hear her. We hear her,
And
girl.
what that all entails, and re-emphasizing and not asking. That conversation, that information should come from the FBI agent. Even so, a police officer, FBI agent, any sworn law officer is not going to make a statement like this. They don't make conclusions. Those conclusions are for a judge or a jury. Now, what they will do, they will report what they observed. They will report what they obtained from their investigation. They're not to say.
And if you all read this, I know the special agent is still investigating him in the crimes he has committed. That is a conclusive statement that she's pointing out here. You can't say he's committed any crimes if he hasn't been found guilty, convicted of anything. He hasn't even been charged. But then you turn around and say he is not aware that he's under investigation. If he has committed crimes, and you're saying this with a blessed assurance, he would know. So this email contradicts itself. This is why I said we did not need to see this at all. It's not evidence on anything. It's just not. And all it does is give him something to say. Oh, look, they over here still lying like hell because reasons. While he supports people like Polite and Malachi York. But this didn't help. And it just gives him another leg up to say, don't believe anything that's happening with the struggle streamers, whatever he calls us. Umar, you can kiss my ass. I don't give a damn. Because this points to nothing, and it's contradictory. You don't say that. No one would ever say that. Like, this person must have been new. Whatever. No one would ever even say in the crimes he has committed. It screams. Yeah, I might as well be reading an email that says, "Hi, my name is Prince Ikayoba Naba Naba. My uncle died and left me a $50 million inheritance. All I need is for you to send me your bank information so I can wire you 5,000. You know, you wire me 5,000 to pay the fees to get the money, and then I'll send you the remaining of what's left of $50 million in exchange for 5,000, because you know it's a phishing scam." That's how this email reads to me. It reads like a phishing scam. We might as well be reading an email. Somebody claiming to be the Prince of Zimbabwe. He got it there. They got an inheritance waiting on him for $50 million damn dollars. They just need me to send them 5,000 and all my bank account information. Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it's one of those African scams, y'all. Oh, man. This African prince wants me to send me all my bank details from every account that I have and $5,000 in exchange for $50 million damn dollars. Can you believe it? You gotta laugh at this right here. Y'all, what? This is crazy. Oh, Lord. JD Informant, shout out to you. How I'm so glad you're here, honey. The old Nigerian prince story. No. What the hell? Y'all, I first saw this. I said, what the hell is this? I looked at this. I said, what the hell is this? And why do I know this person's name? Oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord, help the children. Come down, Jesus. Oh, God, just come down and leave me a dessert or some fish. Mary Ann got us all craving seafood still. You can't make this up. I was like, why is this email a thing? Why do we know about this? Oh, this proves nothing. Y'all, this is crazy. The letter says he is not aware of an investigation. Well, they blew that investigation because he knows not, dumbass. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. You gotta laugh this thing, y'all. Hold on, let me just play this while I keep laughing. Hold on.
The person committed the crime. Even if they roll up on a scene and see a person opening fire with the assault rifle, they're still gonna report what they saw. They're not gonna say the person committed the crime. There's no way they can get on a witness stand and make a statement like that, and you won't ever hear anything like that. They're taught how to testify. You testify to what you observed, what you learned, what you investigated. This is not even a defense of Umar Johnson. This is explaining how our justice system works. Actually, the main reason why the police have to be very careful when they're speaking to victims and say as little as possible, because it can ruin an investigation. Furthermore, If someone has made a report to a law enforcement agency and they happen to make a reference to that, where did it become an essential requirement that has to be proven? Now, if somebody wants to come in and prove it, they can prove it. But who the hell has to prove anything to anybody? They are only looking for that information for one reason and one reason only. They want to make money off of it. They don't give any shits about Umar Johnson being held accountable. And when I say they,
let me pause. And I apologize for the clean language. Again, she's very passionate. So I
know damn well you're not talking about somebody cussing. Yeah. Marianne, you have no grounds to sit here and try to excuse somebody cussing when your ass is drinking alcohol in videos. Did she have a glass of wine? I heard this, y'all. I heard this. Gulp. You old drunkard. Old drunkard. What the hell? Drinking wine. Carol, Felicia, sit down, Felicia. Have several seats, Marianne. Several seats. We all cuss, do we not? Come on. She talking about driving up to this school, single-handedly stopping something. You know, crossing from a safety to a danger zone, danger area. Which is it? Don't go from a safe place to a danger place. Whatever. Stranger danger, whatever. It's like that's gonna do something. Umar got his little flunkies up there guarding these bandos with all that black mold. They go up there and relentlessly take pictures and record anybody walking around on this very public property. You know, like sidewalks and alleyways and behind the building. That he acts as if he owns it, and he would never be able to prove that. Umar, I'm sorry. Do you have a deed with your name on it? Because I have the deeds to those bandos, and your name is not on it. Yeah, no, his name's not on any of that at all. Yeah, I'll wait for him to prove that he is the principal agent for FDMG LLC registration. We'll wait for that. Or any receipts that he bought the building with his money. We'll wait for that. He wouldn't be able to get anybody removed from the property if he paid them to. They were like, sir, you don't own this either. You stay over there near your pole in your rental car with the trash bags and whatever that stuff is inside of it that stinks to high hell. Sir, don't come to the property. You don't own it either. This is not yours. This belongs to K-12 management. He won't be able to prove he owns anything. He can't have anybody criminally trespass from those buildings because he owns nothing. He can't make this up. It's ridiculous. Umar, who the hell you think you're fooling? This is crazy. And she gonna go up there and stand and just protest by herself, you know, because of reasons. While his flunkies gonna come outside and record her and then, you know, go inside the house because they can't do shit else. Marianne, just sue him. File a lawsuit against him. Yeah, I just can't wait till they stop being cowards.
Of this, running around, trying to prove providing content for others where they distort what I brought forth. And by me running around sharing sensitive information, someone was victimized, someone was hurt. That is a fact. But let's continue as the queen break it down and explain to us. She is enlightened.
Hey, she never called me queen. Marianne, you heifer. Y'all, let's get these supers in right quick. Shout out to user 225 for the 199. It's not racist to say Mal is super ghetto, right? Yeah, no, it's not. She put on her best ghetto uniform in the court, trying to go toe-to-toe with the judge. Marianne, you know, that's not even bold. It wasn't even cute, girl. That judge could have held you in direct criminal contempt and locked you up for a few hours. Then what? Because you're being rude. You don't have the right to go in and just disrespect the court either. What's the matter with you? I can't imagine. Man, I cannot imagine this being my mom. I just can't. Girl. Marianne, you just better be glad that judge was patient with you. Yeah, no, she was on her zenith of ghetto. It's just in heels and that afro, just on level 1000. It still didn't make any sense. Marianne, what was your attorney at again? Because you got a retainer. You didn't have your attorney there for that? She was 2 seconds from being held to contempt. I'm serious. Y'all, that judge was up there making origami out of pieces of paper just to calm her nerve. You can't make this up. Shout out to you for the 199 super user 225. I'm so sorry. I hear you. Yeah, Ma wrote the shit. User 225 sent another 199 super. Shout out to the fossilized megalodon cookie queen. Oh, good Lord. Oh, shout out to you, user 225. Thank you so much for the supers, y'all. Listen, if you don't laugh, you're going to be mad. You be mad as hell at everybody. Sometimes you got to laugh this stuff out. Y'all, who knows? This thing Crystal said, who knows? She can download the video and just screen record, but she's a filmmaker, y'all. Exactly. This is the independent filmmaker at work here. Recording her TV or whatever. Is this a laptop? What is this? Marianne, is this your laptop or your television? What are we looking at? What device are we looking at? Why are you making a video like this? Man, what's her editor? Don't she have an editor? Oh, all right, come on, Marianne.
No, she is informing us because as
Is that her TV?
member, we do not know of the backstabbing, the throat slitting that goes
You are
among
so
other content
graphic.
creator. But let's continue. Let's continue. Thank you, Queen. Continue.
I'm talking about.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't have to slit no throat. I just come right out and say what needs to be said. Now, whether you agree with it or not, it's up to you. I don't get mad at you not agreeing with me. I'm gonna laugh at the end of the day, because if not, then I'll have a headache and I'm not going to bed with that. But it comes down to what's right and wrong. That's it. It's that simple. You don't have to agree with me. I think that's the one thing people make mistake of forgetting. When you get on social media, you act as if people are supposed to agree with everything you do and say. That's not how that works. I don't expect it. I don't try to go out and convince Umar Tardians that, they're in a cult. I just say they're in a cult and keep living. They don't have to agree with me. But it's a cult. Same thing with Candy Asses and Candace Owens. It's a cult. She's a cult leader. She wants to be a dictator. Like, I'm not trying to convince them of anything. When I do this, I'm just telling you all, if you understood how investigations work, especially federal investigations, you'll know certain things just wouldn't even be sent. Certain emails wouldn't be sent. And it certainly will not have in there that someone's committed a crime and there's no evidence of it. Doesn't name him in the email at all. So how do you know, if just looking at it, how do you know who this person is that it's referring to? It is what it is. And it's the same questions that anybody else could be asked, and they would say the same thing. Would you be able to look at this and say who this investigation is about? It's either yes or no. The answer is going to be no, because there's no name mentioned. It's that simple and straightforward. This is not calculus. This is reading. That's it. Do not get on social media thinking everybody's going to agree. It's not about liking or not liking. It's just the fundamental facts here. And if that is not something you can digest and take in, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't.
Those with this disposition. Okay, there are some that want to hold Umar Johnson responsible, but there's more who want him to stay online so they can make money off of him. The comment that Lene made, that it was all her in terms of FBI investigation. Now, specific to what she's reporting, and I don't know what you're reporting, I'm not asking. The FBI is one of dozens of federal agencies that can submit a referral to the U.S. attorney to consider a case for prosecution. Furthermore, there are other people who have come before Lene and reported Umar Johnson.
Powerful.
What they're not going to do is open up all these different investigations all over the place. Ask yourselves, Do you have access to confirm or deny Umar Johnson is under investigation?
Please.
Again, when I
listen to her carefully. She is dropping knowledge and she is giving us.
What? Listen, I can say the same. Have I not said the same thing? Marianne, I'm trying to figure out what's so powerful right now. Please help me understand what's so powerful. Yo, what the hell? She's saying powerful. Yo, is this something that's new to her? Hey, how you doing, honey? This is her first time hearing this? Marianne, is this your first time here on Earth? Where you been? Do you not know how criminal charges are forwarded from a federal agency to the court? Only a prosecutor can bring the charges to the courts. Whether it be a state prosecutor or a federal prosecutor, only a prosecutor can do that. Did she not know that? Maybe Marianne didn't know that. Maybe this is new for her. I'm just gonna assume, Marianne, that this is your first time hearing this. And you're just not learning this. Because this is so powerful for you.
Factual information. Here we go, family. Listen.
I'm referring to whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Do you know how you'd be able to find out whether there's an investigation open on Umar Johnson? Let me tell you first how you would not find out. You've made no reports. You have no relationship to any circumstance involving Umar Johnson and
what's going on,
potential or alleged crimes.
Let me pause. Let me pause the queen. So when she said, when one makes a report,
I don't know, Lord.
They give you a report number. The individual who makes the report, it's who can reach out to the detective, the unit that's conducting the investigation. Even at this time, they are limited to what they will share with you. If someone does not make a report, they can't obtain information. But like they circulate for a week now that Patrick Bishop wasn't in existence, but now they know his existence.
Wait a minute. Oh, hell no. I know you're not trying to intertwine this into that situation, Marianne. It doesn't apply. It doesn't apply. We could Google to see if Patrick Bishop is a real human being walking the earth. It doesn't mean that he knows you or that he took in any investigation or complaint concerning you against Umar. The Oompa Loompa is going to keep denying all of this while there's no sufficient evidence to prove he's under any investigation on any level. If we keep going at this rate, Marianne, proving that Patrick Bishop is a real person does not prove that he knows you or that he took any complaint from you. Because remember now, you tried to go to the police station to give him a check that didn't exist. We never saw this man come out on camera at all. We never saw him talk to you. He's a regular police officer. Guess what he would have been wearing, Marianne Lorient? A body camera. Marianne, what's his badge number? What's the badge number? Because we'll just pull his body camera footage. He's a regular PO. He's not even a detective. Everybody that's in the police department is not a detective. There's certain rankings that police officers, LEOs, have. All law enforcement officers, LEOs, are not detectives, and all LEOs aren't POs either. There's some that are detectives, some that are POs, some that handle certain departments. They work some in drugs, some work with evidence, some work, out on the street doing traffic citations. I mean, they all do various things on various levels. So she wanted us to believe that this Patrick Bishop was a detective when he's a PO. Just a police officer. So would he have even conducted an investigation? That would have went to someone that does that in that department. Uncle Mo called. Uncle Mo called the number, and the recording notated him as a PO, not a detective. And there was a difference. So if he's just a PO, who's to say that he was even going to conduct the investigation to begin with? Whether he's a real person is irrelevant to the concept of him actually conducting an investigation based on a complaint from Mary Ann Lorient. You know, the crazy one that calls herself a filmmaker that sits here and drools over polite. That's a whole difference. We know that this email is not proof that Umar is under investigation. What is her point in bringing this up? Marianne, we know that. Why are you just not figuring that out? We know this email is not proof that he is. It doesn't even name him. It's not from the special agent, and they would more than likely would not send this. It said that he crimes he has committed. They wouldn't even allege that. Why is Marianne Lorient just not figuring this out? What do you think this is doing? What was it supposed to be doing? All for her to say, oh, well, you know, they said that Patrick Bishop wasn't real. We haven't said he wasn't real. We just said, how do we know he's investigating anything? How do we know he knows you? You never even showed him come out of the police station to talk to you on camera, you know, because your recording conveniently shut off. Marianne, you full of shit. Can't make this up.
The detective, the unit that's conducting the investigation, even at this time, they are limited to what they will share with you. If someone does not make a report, they can't obtain information. But like they circulate for a week now that Patrick Bishop wasn't in existence, but now they know he exists, but they're not even bringing that to light to the average lay channel member. But Queen, continue.
Oh, good Lord.
FBIO, this is Joe Schmuck here.
I think so.
An agent. Okay, they like to put them on the phone because you never know what people are going to say. They rotate duty. There's people who do intakes. They're not all FBI agents, by the way. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I want to know, do you have an open investigation on Umar Johnson? You're not getting shit. Ask yourself, how do you get information? How can you confirm or deny? First and foremost, have you ever reported Umar Johnson to any of these agencies?
Powerful.
See here, the FBI is listed.
I want to reiterate her saying powerful over and over again. It's like the only word she's learned in the last 5 days. Powerful. It's 3 syllables. Marianne, I'm just so proud of you enhancing your vocabulary. Her word of the week was powerful, y'all. She wanted us to know that. She wanted us to know that she learned how to spell and pronounce the word powerful. She wanted us to know that. Because, you know, she's so proud. Girl, come on. You can make it up there to 4-syllable words, girl. You can do it. Onomatopoeia. Put that word on the list for next week. Marianne, by the end of next week, I want to hear you make a video where you're repeating yourself saying onomatopoeia. And then the week after that, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Like you can get that whole word out. Just break it down. We're building up a foundation of vocabulary here. Okay? Marianne, you get a gold star for learning the word powerful. Gold star for you, girl. Gold star. Okay?
Would be in contact with one of these agencies, and the degree of your seriousness would depend on whether or not you are willing to give your name, your contact information, supporting documentation.
What the hell is going on?
Are you available for follow-up?
Powerful.
Are they requesting clarification or more information from you?
Powerful.
If you're in a situation that I described, then you would be in a position to obtain information as to whether there's an investigation.
Thank you,
It
Queen.
doesn't mean they're going to pull you into their office and sit you at their workstation and let you go through the computer system.
Correct.
But you would know. And let me say this. There's a reason why the criminal justice system has a process for anonymous reporting. And I'm not knocking anyone who uses a hotline to make an anonymous report. Yes, that can result in people being arrested and prosecuted, but there'd be no way for you to know there's an investigation if you haven't left your name and you're not in contact with someone.
That is correct.
Silos.
That is correct.
The bank issue. The IRS, the FDIC, they may have an issue. What about Umar Johnson and his nonprofit bullshit and the forms that he files? We know this shit is false. He's the sole individual getting money, and he's lying on those forms. 501c3 falls under the Internal Revenue Service.
We've gone over those tax documents more times than I care to count. But he didn't even give himself a salary. It's so funny how he just lists himself as a director. But when he's on YouTube, being a struggle streamer himself, all of a sudden he's built the institution from the ground up. It's a state-of-the-art institution. No city would even agree with that because he's never passed inspection, but whatever. So when he puts his fat face in a video, then he's the builder and the owner, the CEO, the creator. On those tax documents, I'm just a director. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Umar's just a director. To the IRS, he's just a director. No one important. And he hasn't even given himself a salary. So he can't go to court and say, well, I only make X amount of dollars. So the complaint could be he's making an unlimited amount of money because he won't even report to the IRS what his salary is from being the so-called director. There are no other staff, no teachers, no faculty, nobody, nothing. Nobody else on a payroll at all. Payrolls don't even exist. He doesn't have a board. He has nothing. He just got himself listed for 2 bandos that he did not buy. He can't prove with one receipt he purchased it or that he's making payments on it back to K-12 management. Where is that documentation? Where's that evidence? Okay, he's leasing or renting. Where's the proof on it? Where's the contract? Where's the lease agreement? Where's he making payments to every month for this so-called space? These bandos he's renting out. If he's on a payment plan, where's the contract and where's the proof of these payments being made? You can't rent anything without a contract and without showing proof that you've made payments for rent. So where is that? No evidence on that at all. None. Once again, if I don't see the evidence, it's not fucking happening. I'm not going to assume that he's renting this and paying back K-12 management. Why should I have to assume that? Why give him the benefit of the doubt with that? When it's his responsibility to prove that that is exactly where that money is going. But he can't give himself a salary. And even report that to the IRS on those tax statements. So the first thing that would be asked is, how do you pay for food? How do you take care of yourself financially here? Where do you live? If it's just with your mother, are you helping financially at all? So you either being a shit of a son, living off of your mother, or you can show proof that you're actually paying towards bills. But then you have to prove that you're making some revenue. Where's that income coming from? He would have to show his personal taxes if he files it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt he's filing taxes for like personal income taxes. And he can't say that he pays himself a salary from FDMG because he doesn't. It's not on the tax documents. And why would he want to lie that bad to the IRS again? You see how either way he's cornered? You would think they would just want to sue his ass, at least to get the financial affidavit out of him and the financial documents. Nope. Hoochow. Because, you just can't make this shit up. I mean, somehow he's winging it, but whatever. The conscious community does not want to sue him. Goodness.
Those are tax forms. How many of you
IRS
even
went on
know
a field day with him.
about the cease and desist that Umar Johnson received from the Pennsylvania Department of
Powerful.
State? Do you believe that since this was issued to Umar in 2022, this is going to be 4 years now?
4 years.
Who thinks that's the end of it? Who believes they just forgot about it? Department of State is one of the state agencies that can submit cases for consideration to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Remember, the U.S. Attorney's Office is the only agency that prosecutes crimes in federal court.
I'm going to pause the Queen for a minute. She's going to explain to you the life of an investigation, how it takes a recycle process. Again, like I said, it takes a little mind power to really understand and follow this video. Let's continue.
Because Marianne is learning big words this week. So she's got to use that brain power, you all. Marianne, let me help you out with something. This was my first video on Umar going over the cease and desist order. Who the hell are you talking to? I'm going over all his lawsuits. You can't make this up. And the ones that exist in the court of law, where there are real court documents. You know, not the ones you made up in your mind in literature world. Because Marianne is from literature world. She's not from Earth. She's not here on Earth with us. Not in this reality. No, she's in literature world. That's where she's from. So here on Earth, in this reality, I've gone over all the court documents that exist on file with a court of Umar against anyone. I've gone over the cease and desist order. I even said, here's the agency. I've given information on the agencies that should be reported with him violating this order. All of a sudden, this is powerful for her. Marianne, don't sit here and play. I don't know this other lady that's talking. I don't know if she's seen my videos, but I have a whole playlist on Umar. And this is one of my first videos I did on him. Stop playing with the queen of YouTube, girl.
You, Afro.
Can't make this
anti-Afro.
Thank you.
Stop,
man. Under the U.S. Code, which is the criminal statutes in these United States, subjects have become too accustomed. They really believe that if anything is happening with Umar Johnson, it's happening online. And if it's not online, it doesn't exist. Hardly anyone comes into these YouTube streets and reports what they're doing with respect to Umar Johnson offline. We stopped doing that. When I say we, as in those who were the earliest or among the earliest that started posting content on Umar Johnson, and it had nothing to do with the school. It had everything to do with Umar Johnson hijacking titles. And
again,
what's she talking about?
They were here prior to the school.
Stop. Once again, I have a whole damn playlist. I went over the actual hearing from the Board of Psychology, where they told him flat out, stop lying about being a psychologist. You're not. Getting a degree from a school is not the same thing as being certified and or licensed. Are you effing kidding me? Who is this? So they've seen nothing. You can't even make this up. Honey, if you put in Umar Board of Psychology, my video shows up. So kick rocks. What are you talking about?
Umar Johnson's been on the scene before he started the school scam. So listen, she is giving you factual information. Someone who was there at the very beginning. Let's go, family.
Making money off these titles, specifically claiming to be a mental health professional. He just continued on with this practice when he was raising money for that abandoned bomb shelter, which I shouldn't even call a school. How many of you have heard of keyboard musician? How many of you have heard of King Grizzly? How many of you have heard of Reverend Gerald Palmer. Well, those are folks
I heard
who
Gerald
were
Palmer. He's in
stuck in
lawsuit.
Umar Johnson's crawl before YouTube. They've been on Umar Johnson before they started posting videos, 2014 and earlier. But listen, anyone out there has a right to post on whatever they want as long as YouTube doesn't object to it. So there is no restriction, there is no prohibition, there is no blocking, there is no rights before anyone else when it comes to posting any content in these YouTube streets. It just becomes quite comical listening and seeing subjects run around as if from the ground up, they were the ones who started talking about Umar Johnson.
Powerful.
They were the ones.
What? To what? Oh, dear Lord, who is she talking about? What she say? It just becomes quite comical listening and seeing what?
Subjects run around as if from the ground up, they were the ones who started talking about Umar Johnson.
Who said that? Who said they were the ones that started it? Yeah. This is something else. And Marianne talking about powerful. Who said that? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my God. I don't recall anybody saying it. I'm the first one to talk about Umar. The dumb Oompa Loompa. It's been 14 years. Who said they were the first? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I haven't heard anybody say that. And Marianne talking about powerful. Because, words are hard for her. You can't make this up. Marianne, what the hell is powerful to you? I understand you learning a new term, but what exactly is powerful to you? Yeah.
Powerful. They were the ones who created the Umar Johnson sector. And let me tell you, those who are professing that are lying to you.
Liars.
The Smoke God and Max V spoke that Umar Johnson sector into existence, coining the phrase. The Umar Johnson sector is about those who emulate Umar Johnson's behavior. It has nothing to do with supporting Umar Johnson. So many of those, and even now,
I don't think anyone said that. Listen, when I think Umar Johnson sector, I just think of like information being reported on about him. That's it. I don't even want to complicate that. Let's not complicate this. I think everyone reporting on him should definitely have a voice. You're on YouTube. You have freedom of speech and expression, freedom of the press, whatever. Why is this a topic of discussion? Who was here first versus third versus 50th? Who the fuck cares? We can all literally talk about the same person and get it out in a myriad of ways. Everybody has their own creativity in how they report on Umar. This dumb Oompa Loompa, meanwhile, is still not being sued by his conscious community. And Marianne has come in and lied like hell about lawsuits that didn't exist. And yet somehow all this that this other person is saying is powerful to Marianne. But she the one lying about suing him or a class action or him suing her. Can we talk about if you go report on something, at least tell the truth? If you're going to say that there are lawsuits or a class action, to be able to produce court documents. If it's not a lawsuit, then be specific in what it is. Saying lawsuit is not the same thing as saying a settlement or getting an arbitration or a mediator. Those are different terms with different definitions. So be clear and specific. To just throw everything under the bucket of a lawsuit is inaccurate. And it's false reporting if you're doing it intentionally. See, there's no reason to deceive the public if you're being truthful and honest. One thing you don't have to do is lie on Umar. He's bad in and of itself. He's already a scammer. The fact that there is no school website is enough to see there will never be a school. And he definitely will not pass inspection. The city is not going to cut him that type of slack because it's going to be way too many people to clap back if they somehow think, Yeah, these buildings are safe for kids to come in. And people have been going up there recording all that damn black mold. Hell no. One of them had a dead bird on the inside. Child, please. He has not shown any renovations have been done. And having a bunch of women just paint bathrooms is not proof that renovations have been done adequately on those buildings. He's been saying for 14 years that he's going to open schools. We know one is not opening in 2027. He doesn't have the money to pay people back either for their donations. You know, because he stuffed his face with Cinnabons. So either way, he should be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Question is, when the hell is this conscious community going to figure it out and sue his ass and get the hell over it? Grow a spine and sue him. And let that be a real case in the court of law. Talking to him, you've been talking to him for 14 years. Where has that gotten you? No damn where. You can't make this up. If they don't want to take action, and they're the ones giving him money left and right, the most we could do is just file the complaints and all of that. But why are the agencies taking forever? 14 years. 14 years. The IRS, they know these tax documents he's submitting are bogus as hell. But the donors have to be the one to say, we've given him money. Here are the receipts on money we've given him. And he's not sharing with us how our money has been spent. He's being deceptive. And he's lying by omission. He's telling us we don't have the right to know. So we're going to prove him wrong. If they're not doing that, then what? After 14 years. It's cute and all if you've been talking about him for 14 years. But, I mean, seriously. Why is there no movement? When Marianne comes in saying that the conscious community don't like to file lawsuits because of incarceration rates. So what the hell are you expecting? You're getting on the wrong people. You need to get on that conscious community that's sitting here shielding his ass and his Twinkies and his ginger ale from being held accountable. Get on their ass and tell them to grow a spine. Direct that energy towards the right people. And after a while, they won't be able to keep covering up and making excuses as to why they're not going to the IRS in droves and demanding an investigation be sparked. Here are the evidence where we've given this clown money, thousands of dollars. And he can't tell us where this money is going. No vendor invoices, no receipts, no nothing. But yet this woman is lying about a class action lawsuit. How does that help? Yeah, because that's powerful, Marianne. So powerful.
I'm not referring to the newbies because I don't know their motives. I don't know any of them, so I'm not going to even pass a judgment. Those who have
oh God, we have channels. Just look at the videos.
When she say newbie, she's referring to Marianne Lorient and Lene Stack. We are new to this space.
Oh my God! Are you
by those who have been here longer than us? But here she's.
Why am I not a newbie? I'm just saying. What makes that a newbie for me? What you mean? You're a newbie because you still don't understand how YouTube works, Marianne. What defines you to be a newbie? It's 6 months or less. This is the newbie. You've been reporting on Umar for a year or more. You're a veteran in this. How does this go again? What defines a newbie? Dear Lord. Now, this is the crux of it all. Now, let's get on the community and the people that have donated and figure out why the hell they won't sue him. No, okay.
Explaining.
Did so to get Umar Johnson's attention by attacking those who were serious about holding Umar Johnson accountable. They don't give a hoot about any Umar Johnson. They just wanted to attach themselves to Umar Johnson because it would elevate their stature. It would allow people to know who they are. They dogged Umar out as well. Then you have Umar Johnson flunkies who either went to go see Umar Johnson, gave Umar Johnson a ton of money, and Umar Johnson kicked him to the curb, and they're still whining and crying about it. Can you believe there are even those who give Umar Johnson money hoping he'll mention their name? There is even a subject.
Let me pause. I was on a platform.
Oh God. Let me pause and read this comment. David's child, you ain't never lied. LLC, I just got off of Jaguar Rights page. She's whining about Lynn and Honor covering Umar too much. I feel like black folk like being financially abused at this point. You know what's so crazy? And I agree, because this whole community, this conscious community thing here, and I've been getting in their ass heavily. It is based on Marianne said that they don't like to sue people. 39 people somehow outvoted Marianne Lorient, but she's the one that paid the money up front for the attorney's fees. Once again, Marianne, why didn't you just sue him on your own? You're the only one paying for attorney's fees. Why you just sue him by yourself? You could have filed the lawsuit. You get people that's like, oh, I think it's weird he talks about, one person talk about this person so much. Why is that weird? If the person has the right to talk about what they want to talk about, who cares? Don't listen to it if you're tired of it. Jaguar Wright don't have to listen to Lynn and Honor. But if that's what Lynn and Honor wants to talk about, that's his page. What I'm not hearing is why Jaguar Wright won't get on this conscious community for the failing to sue Umar and believe in his bullshit once again. Why they think talking to him, yeah, that's going to do it. This time it'll work. We're just going to have a conversation. Go to your room, young man. Just sit in a corner and think about your actions. You come down for dinner, and it will not be a Thanksgiving meal, and you're not getting a snack. No zebra cakes for you. And you're drinking water. Like, what the hell? What they expect? Just things to just magically happen and correct itself, because he's black. And for no other reason. Never mind the fact that he's been scamming and being a con artist all these years. No, because he's black. Umar's the same person that didn't want to comment on Polite with DNA evidence, essaying an underage girl. And he's now in prison for it. He pled guilty. But Umar can't grow a spine and speak on that candidly. He's a coward. 39 people allegedly outvoted Marianne, if that was real. We don't even know what to believe from that heifer. And they want to get mad at Lynn and Honor for talking about Umar the Oompa Loompa. So what? You got somebody from this conscious community lying her face off about a lawsuit, about a class action. Lying her face off. We can't even report on anything remotely close to an investigation because we don't have concrete evidence that there is a federal investigation against Umar Johnson pending anywhere with any agency at all. And I can't even expect that evidence because they don't release evidence related to an investigation. Go figure. And the worst that Jaguar Wright can say is, I'm sick of some grown man talking about Umar. The fuck are you on this page for? Get off his videos. You're welcome. I just gave you an out. It's that simple. Just don't watch it. But never mind how this community allows Umar to still get over on them like this. And they fail to hold him accountable and sue him just to demand transparency. Because of the stupidity of it all. What do we get a Marianne coming out of this? Lying about things happening that's not happening. And her focus and rebuttal is, well, Patrick Bishop is a real person. He's a real boy. Who cares? He's not doing an investigation. And then you play a recording trying to give yourself a way out, Mary, because we have no idea if that was truly him that left that voicemail, because we have no reason to believe shit you say. So you play this recording of some guy saying something about this being a civil matter, to which you already knew that, because I know I've said this 1,000 times. Why don't you sue Umar yourself? And you are too scared to do it. So now it's powerful, Marianne. What the hell is powerful again? Yeah, she's saying something is powerful, but she won't take Umar to court because she's worried about somebody outvoting her in a class action that never existed. But she still can't explain why she just won't take his ass to court herself. Because reasons.
When this individual offered to give Umar Johnson $5,000, I was shocked and appalled and caused me to act out of character. But let her continue. Please, Queen. Please, Anti-Afro, continue.
Who stole money from Medicare, Medicaid, and dead people just so he can give money not only to Umar Johnson, but to those who attacked people specifically to get Umar Johnson's attention. I referenced some of the conduct early on. They don't like Umar Johnson. What they want and what they like and what they're desperate for is to get known, to get recognized based on appeasing Umar Johnson. Don't forget to talk about Umar Johnson like a dog. I guess you can say the term that people use,
relevancy is a hell of a drug.
I mean, I don't think it covers it because it's so far beyond clout chasing, but that's the word I'm going to use for now. That's her sole objective, to make money off of Umar Johnson, get monetized, get super chats, get the cash apps or whatever. Bring me information. You are no use to me unless I can use you for info.
Oh, okay. So Marianne, you should be taking that lesson to heart then, because you lied about him suing you, and you lied about there being a class action lawsuit. Where you could have gotten information from discovery. Because if you had an attorney, they would have told your dumbass that. Yeah, well, we can just pursue a lawsuit with him because we can at the very least get discovery out of him. Then he'll have to do a financial affidavit. Of course, he doesn't want to go to court. He made up these bogus charts and graphs you talking about. You were oohed and awed over. Couldn't believe it. These elaborate charts and graphs. I'm not going to lie, family. They were bright and colorful and pretty. Can't tell us where the data came from to make those bogus, fake-ass charts and graphs, though. No data source on those at all. You don't know if it's been pulled from a financial system or he just took a crayon and went to work. But you bought into his BS looking at these charts and graphs, and then you came out of this talking about he's going to open a school now. I don't know how functional it's going to be, but he's definitely going to open a school because he doesn't want to pay anybody back. The F you mean? He can't just open a school. You understand they have to pass inspection. But yet somehow that goes over your head for colorful charts and graphs. So when you lie to us about there being some action being taken in the court of law, you understand you have no credibility, Marianne. Do you understand it? What you deem as powerful is the use of big words. And yet you still can't deliver on evidence. Get up, you don't kick rocks.
And that's the scenario that played out with Lynn and Honor yet again with Marianne, Lorient, and Lene. And it's happened many times in the past.
Umar full of shit.
Without making the money off Umar Johnson. Post many videos as you want, but that's your motivation. They're Umar Johnson flunkies, leeches, and what occurred by Umar Johnson. Now you see that Lynn and Honor considers that key. He's up here saying he's going to give Umar Johnson $5,000 for an interview. What the hell?
Yeah, I have to say I was not cool with that at all. I'm like, hell, you can just break that off amongst like 10 content creators. You can give him $5,000 to come lie to your face. I told Liddy, don't do that. I said it in the last video. That would be some bullshit. He doesn't have to agree with me on that, but that's how I feel. That would be some flat out bullshit. It's like, I'm waiting $5,000 in all y'all faces. Y'all could have put in a lot of research of this. Shout out to the content creators. I'm going to give his ass, though, $5,000 to come on my platform and lie to me. After he tried to sue me with a federal lawsuit at that. Then I'm telling you, don't do that. And if you do, understand what's going to come. You're going to have a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm already telling you, that's going to be some bullshit. I would not give Umar a coin. You know, as Marianne put it, a coin. To come lie on my platform and be disingenuous to the Luxters here. Hell no. We don't have to pay to hear him lie. We can just play one of his other interviews he's done with all these other weak-ass podcasters, these grown-ass men that let him lie to their faces. We can just watch that and just agonize. I didn't even watch the last interview all the way through. I just couldn't do it to you all or myself, okay? I just couldn't. Other people covered it in full, but I can't. I couldn't do it because he says the same shit. There's no school. He's not opening anything. He can't even prove that he bought it. So, I have the deeds. I'm not going to pay somebody $5,000 or a penny, 10 cents, a nickel, nothing to come here and lie to you all or me or anyone. That makes me no better than any of these other podcasters that we're dragging through the mud that are allowing him to come to their platforms in person and lie to their face and then throw out this dumb shit. And he says the same things over and over again. His interviews are very redundant. He repeats himself 3 times, literally. It's cheesecake, cheesecake, cheesecake. Like he literally speaks in 3s. And then he repeats himself from interview to interview to interview, talking about the same thing, trying to give his so-called opinion, calling himself a bunch of things that he's not. When Umar, I got your dissertation, you idiot. You are a moron. There's nothing intellectual about you. And your advisors should be ashamed of themselves for even approving your dissertation for you to get some degree that we still have no proof that you even graduated. I never seen a graduation video of him walk across the stage or anything. But that doesn't mean that he's certified or licensed to be a psychologist of any sort, and he's not. And the board even takes, some issue with that. Even if he could get it, they don't even recommend he does because he keeps falsely purporting himself to be a psychologist or a child psychologist. That's the crazy thing about this. Just with that alone, you will never come on my platform, especially knowing that you're going to lie. Fuck no. Are you kidding? Lenny, take that $5,000 and you can just break it off amongst like 10 good content creators. Split it up. Give everybody $500 or something. Or 50. It was $50. No, it'll be 500. You gonna give out 5,000 one person? Give out 500 to 10 people. If you just look, if that money is just burning a hole in your pocket, Lennon, give it to me. I'll take it. I could use $5,000. You know what I can do with $5,000 right now? He want to give it to Umar. For what? Yeah, I'll pay you to come lie to me. And then I know you ain't going to do anything with the school. And you probably just going to hit up Cinnabon 18 times. Maybe he'll buy a Chick-fil-A sandwich and a hamburger. The rest of that is going to be spent on junk food, ginger ale, candy, cookies, cakes, and pies. That's it. He might get a hotel room for the night and call Devontae over. Devontae, you won't believe this. You know that struggle stream I hate on YouTube. Yeah, Lennon. Yeah, he just gave me $5,000, man. Let's just say you come over and we hang out. I got the Nintendo all fired up. The sink is cleaned out. Clean towels. Bring the sponge, man. It's on and popping. Come on, Devontae. Come on over here and get the sponging. I'll be waiting. You got 30 minutes. You want me to see your Uber? I'll send you Uber. Make sure this time, make sure you bring some pajamas, okay? Because you wore the same clothes from the day before, that day after. Can't have it. I'll be waiting for you. My hair is ready to be expunged. Oh, I'm going to take some of that money and give Devontae somebody to come sponge that hair. Yeah, my hair is ready to be a sponge, man. It's been months. You ain't seen me? I look like the dreaded king. The beard needs to be shaved up. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a W, but It's sagging low. It looks like the letter N. It's not all the way there. Can you bring a comb this time? You know, that sponge might not do the trick. My hair is a lot longer and thicker. This toupee is something else. You won't believe. he gonna have to give Devontae a lot more money this time to sponge that head. He got more hair up there on that toupee. That man unit is getting thick. It's like a chia pet. You gotta water that thing. Get it dry. Umar gotta water. He gotta water that. You gotta water the man unit up there. Chia.
What about Umar Johnson stealing money and you're gonna give him $5,000 for an interview? I'm telling you, folks, it's.
Let me pause. Yes, it's on video.
Oh.
Out of his mouth. Offer Umar Johnson $5,000 for an interview. That was shocking and appalling to me. But please, Queen, continue.
Desperation, trying to get information or get next to those who either
we're about to do that now.
Had personal interaction with Umar Johnson or professional interaction with Umar Johnson, or have researched Umar Johnson and have access to certain information that most of these subjects don't even know how to obtain. I mean, I could go on forever, folks. And you see the simple-minded responses. They haven't done anything to Umar. Let them say that. Let them say nothing has happened as far as those who've been working on the situation for quite some time. There has been a lot of progress. We never said we were looking for a battering ram.
Huh?
The subjects posting on Umar Johnson who don't know really what they're talking about, they're looking for that type of action. We never sought a battering ram. We're not going for a battering ram. Umar Johnson is going to be held responsible.
Yes.
It's been 14 years. What does she mean by the battering ram? You know what? Okay. So we're going to get to the interview that he did, that the last caretaker did.
I'll be here in 2 seconds.
Hold on. Oh, God. Because, battering rams are dangerous. Sue him is, the answer, but whatever. Okay. After 14 years. So this is, what's his name? Mike Law? Is that it? Talking with the last caretaker that took care of Umar's mother. The one we're still waiting on proof of life for. Yeah, we're waiting on proof of life. What is she wearing? So, yeah. I think I've seen parts of this. I haven't seen the whole thing. So we're going to get into this. Let's get some comments in right quick. Make sure you all check out. God, the battering ram. They don't want a battle ram. They don't want a lawsuit. They don't. So what the hell you want then? I mean, we can only go over information that's available. Otherwise, you end up with a Marianne making shit up. And I don't want to do that. But they don't want a battery ram, whatever. Battle ram. Yeah, brace yourself. How bad is this going to be? Davis, how bad is it going to be? Y'all, Stoic, how you doing? She speaks nearly as daft as Marianne. I don't get what she want. They say we don't want a battery ram. Okay, so you don't want a lawsuit. Marianne saying, oh, she's been outvoted with a class action. We have no idea if they've ever arbitrated or settled. Charts and graphs seem to do the trick for Marianne. She's convinced now a school's coming because reasons. Colors. It's so bright and pretty. No data, no financial data though. No receipts, no invoices, no none of that shit. So, never mind the fact that the buildings have to pass inspection. They got black mold. Kids should be going in there. Parents should lose custody if they do. All those things. 14 years, and yet we haven't seen any evidence of any investigation on any level, state or federal. Okay. So I mean, it's but you don't want a battery ram? What the hell? So whatever accountability looks like to them, it does not involve anything abrasive or harsh. It's just a pop on the wrist, people. And then, it's going to be another 15 years and he still will not open a school. And then he's going to, that'll be the end of that. To the last breath he takes, he's going to be saying, the school's going to open. And then it will never open. But don't battery ram his big ass because, reasons. He might ooze chocolate milk. Y'all, let's get to this. I don't know what to say. Umar, y'all. Dear Lord, y'all. Oh my God. So many people have been reporting on this. As says Black Anonymous, you've been in this section of the internet longer than I. What in the hell is all of this infighting with people trying to take Umar down from my end? It should be the focus. Exactly. I have no idea what was going on with that. At that point, I was like, you know what? I'm done. It's opening next year. That's what he said would be his last words. It's opening in 1 hour. Wait, did he just say it was open in 1 hour? And it will not open. It's never going to open. Then his grip will end. And then, he refuses to do a job application. Umar, did somebody just start texting him job links? She should apply. McDonald's is hiring. Or Little Debbie Snack Cake Factory. Where's the factory at? They got to have one in Philly. Umar, you'll be psyched. If Little Debbie Cake Company opens up a position, we're going to send you that job application link. You'll be able to get all the snack cakes you want. You should be happy. Swiss rolls for days. Swiss rolls and zebra cakes for a lifetime. Who knows? Maybe the employees get to eat one snack cake a day for free. Oh, good God. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Please don't insult chocolate milk. All right. Give it up for what's this category? All viral access media. Yeah, I'll drop the link to the video in the chat. Put a one where you can hear. Let's go.
Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Welcome back to All Viral Access Media, man. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all of that good shit. Now, look, this is not a smear campaign, any of that. Y'all know I am objective. I look at shit from both sides. Now, y'all know I interviewed Siobhan probably like 8 months ago, some shit like that. It's been a minute. Female that was dealing with Umar Johnson. So now, a young lady right here by the name of Mia, she reached out to me. And she told me some things, man. At first, I had to make sure that everything was, official. Everybody that's coming in here right now, please make sure you share and hit that like button. Please make sure you share right now. Please make sure you share this live. Everybody that's coming here. Oh, hold on. All right. Peace, Trey, Justice. Everybody, please make sure you share. And she sent me some receipts and things of that nature. So we're gonna get right to it. So I want to introduce Miss Busy Bone. Miss Mia.
Hey everyone, it's Miami or Tamia, whatever you want to call me.
Hold that thought real quick. Everybody that's in here, Babyface Losa, can y'all let me know, is she echoing? Do she sound 100%? Like, is it crystal clear on her end? Please press 1 if you can hear her clear. There's no, echo. Today is my grandmother's birthday, and y'all already know she passed away 2 years ago. Today is her birthday, so I want to give much love and respect to my grandmother. God bless your soul. Today is her birthday, March 13th, 1934. Love you to death, Grandma. And then we just give my grandmother a moment of silence, please. Happy birthday, Grandma, and love you, miss you like a mother effer. With that being said, everybody that's in here, please make sure that you share this live. We're going to get right into it. This is going to be a good one. And I mean that. So Mia, so the first question.
Happy birthday to your late grandmother, by the way. Sorry.
I really appreciate that, man. I miss her every day. But and we have her sister here, Tatiana. Salute to you, love. How you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. Now, so let's get right to it. How did you meet or find out who he was?
Well, I knew about Umar since I was like a teenager. I'll say like around 16 years old. So I've been following him since like around 2017. So I already knew who he was, and
Since she was 16? That's minor. I'm wait. Oh God. How bad does this get? She was 16. 16?
I told you I went to school for a couple of semesters, and he inspired me to major in psychology and stuff like that. So he was like a real inspiration to me. until I kind of, found out who he was. But
wow.
Basically, I knew who he was already.
Right.
And then I ended up basically reaching out to him. And at first it was like a joke. So I didn't think that he was going to respond to my DM. So I ended up like reaching out to him as a joke. Talking about, I want to join the movement and everything like that. And then he ended up asking like where I was based. And I told him where I was at. And he ended up, sending me his number. And we ended up like talking.
Wait, hold on. I got to clarify this. Did she reach out to him when she was 16 years old? Because she never says what age she was when she reached out to him. She just said what age she was when she first learned of him. Please don't tell me she reached out to him at 16 years old. She was 16. I want to know what age was she when she reached out to him. Because I'm just, that's going to be very disturbing to me. If she reached out to him when she was 16. She doesn't say what age she was when she reached out to him. Let me go back.
Until I kind of, found out who he was. But basically, I knew who he was already.
Right.
And then I ended up basically reaching out to him. And at first it was like a joke. So I didn't think that he was going to respond to my DM.
16.
So I ended up like reaching out to him as a joke. Talking about, I want to join the movement and everything like that. And then he ended up asking like where I was based. And I told him where I was at. And he ended up, sending me his number. And we ended up like talking from there, and it started going from Instagram to, phone and iMessaging and stuff.
Right. So now we already spoke off the record. So my question is going to be, all right, because we all heard of him, you know what I'm saying? We all knew his movement, Pan-African movement, and then trying to get to schools. And it's been like 30 years since, we started and the school's still not open. But besides that, much love to you, brother. But so did you want to contact him because of who he was and what he stood for? Or it was more than that, or there was an attraction to that man?
I would say it was, partly like an attraction, but also I love like what he stood for.
We have not clarified how old was she when she actually reached out to him, because she's not saying I knew him, heard of him, followed him for 2 years, and then I reached out to him when I turned 18. She's not making that clear at all. He has not asked that as a follow-up. So we can't say she did not reach out to him at 16. Do you think he asked? She looks like she's all of 36. Like I can imagine her looking very, mature at 16 too. I know damn well she did not reach out to him when she was 16 years old. That's what needs to be clarified here. I really want that clarified. Because if she reached out to this grown-ass man and she was 16, that's a problem. So she needs to clarify what age she was when she actually reached out to him and DM'd him. She needs to clarify that.
A whole Malcolm X quote tatted. Anybody really knows me, I love like, the black activist thing, I love Malcolm X.
Oh my God.
I was very much like inspired by him. And then it kind of was like, like I told you, he inspired me to go to college for the couple semesters that I did go.
It was an attraction. Oh my God.
It was kind of inspiration, a little attraction. It's just a little bit of a joke, I just hit him up. So it was all like a joke, attraction, and like inspiration. And I love what he stood for and what he was trying to do with everything,
With the school,
to what he was preaching about with the Pan-Africanism, to just everything, the psychology thing, just him being a black psychologist.
He's not a psychologist.
Right. So you know about him when you were 16. So
I didn't meet him when I was 16.
I didn't say that. I said you knew of him when you were 16.
Oh yeah, I knew of him. I was following him on Instagram since I was 16. Mm-hmm.
So I had to ask you, love, how old are you now?
I just turned 25 last month in February 15th. Big Aquarius.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, love. All right. So
what age was she when you
met him? Did you look
him
up to get at him?
Oh my God. What age was she when she met him?
16. So
I didn't meet him when I was 16.
I didn't say that. I said you knew of him.
So what age were you when you met him? Did she ever say this?
When you were 16.
Oh yeah, I knew of him. I was following him on Instagram since I was 16. Mm-hmm.
So I had to ask you, love, how old are you now?
I just turned 25 last month in February 15th. Big Aquarius.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, love. All right. So did you look him up get at him? Was it more to it than just a movement? Did you wanted to get the note? Matter of fact, no. Let me before I ask that question. You knew what was happening, like Siobhan and all the things that was happening with them, and females was coming out, not to beat them down or anything like that. So you knew all the positive and the negative shit about him, right?
No, well, we didn't know. I didn't know him personally, and I didn't know any negative things about him. I did see a few memes of him taken from like serious moments, because you know how memes are from like serious moments, making jokes of people. But I didn't really know that like he was like fraudulent until I met him. I kind of still looked at him as that psychologist person. I'm not really big on Instagram and things like that, so I didn't really look into his life. I'm not one of those people who just be on the shade room or see what Ari got on today, what Jay the Waiter doing. I'm not that type of person, so I didn't really know of like the things that were being exposed about him before I actually knew him. And then I started hearing about things, and then I started seeing things for myself, because now I have a more serious perspective.
Right. And we actually have video of inside, so we're gonna go to some receipts in a minute. So
after some time from the receipts that you had, after some time, she was hired as a a non-certified nurse to take care of his mother, and those receipts will show you the evidence.
Right. So, all right, what led to you being his mother caretaker?
Yo,
after the DM,
she did not make it clear what age she was specifically when she met him. When she DM'd him at the very least, because it's date and timestamp with these DMs, right? So she should have been able to say the first day that I DM'd him was this date, with month, date, year. That way we can just do the math to see how old she was. Because whether she was 16 or 17, she's still a minor. I mean, honestly, she's still young. He's 51 right now. She's currently 25. That's half his age. He's got kids her age. And she's talking about an attraction. I want to know what age she was when she first sent him the message. Because she's not being clear on that. And it's not clear to me. Not at all. They kind of start tap dancing around it. That's why I said, did she ever say, when I met him, when I first sent him the DM, based on my DM and the date and timestamp, I was this age. When I met him, I was this age. Why is that not clear?
And everything, he started texting me and getting my number. Like I called him because he gave me his number, and then we started messaging, and then it led to the phone conversations for about a couple of months. And I'm kind of nervous on this interview, but in real life, I'm very talkative. I'm very open about everything. So he understood that she's an older person. She's young and then she's attractive and she seems trustworthy. I want to meet her in person. I think she's a good candidate for caregiver for my mother. So he just thought that I was a trustworthy, open, I don't know. I guess gullible. I don't know,
but not too open to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, gullible. You're 25 now, girl. What? You started admiring him when you were 16 years old, and he's old enough to be your father. And you're talking about an attraction. Are you all just as disturbed as I am? Because I'm disturbed. At 20-some years old, you talking about a 51-year-old being attracted to you. He old enough to be your father. He's got kids your age.
He's going to tell his business.
Oh yeah, so he did think I was very trustworthy. So we had to establish some trust first, and it wasn't really at this point. I'm not looking for clout. I'm not a clout chaser. I don't even be on Instagram posting too much. So it was just it kind of got to this point for a reason, and I didn't know he was going to be like this, or I was going to witness things I witnessed, or go through the things I went through. But now it's it came to this point where I'm just going to go to social media and try to get the story out, because it just came to a point.
All right, so now that point that you're talking about, so when you finally got there, were you surprised at how his house looked? What were the things when you got there at first?
So when I was texting him, and then the day of meeting him, he was telling me, prior to going to his house, he was telling me that, his house is a humble home. When I was with my friend I used to mess with, Benz, and she was telling me oh, he's talking about he's broke. So I'm like, what? Humble home means broke? And that's when he was like, so I showed up. And you're meeting someone that I just told you I was so inspired by him. I really had aspirations to be an experimental psychologist. It's just that my path kind of deterred a little bit, but I will be back on track and back in school like my sister used to. But it's I'll be back in school. So I'm telling you, I was seriously inspired by this guy. I really I was following since I was 16. He was starting to go to college. So when I'm sitting here and I seen him, I wasn't really looking at everything and taking everything in. When I seen him for the first day, I'm just looking at him oh, we got in front of Umar.
He met this girl off of the internet. I want y'all to follow me on this, okay? I want you all, for all those out there, just imagine you have a 16-year-old daughter. Let me put it in that perspective so people can understand why I'm disturbed. Imagine you have a 16-year-old daughter and she is watching YouTube, listening to the Oompa Loompa. He's talking, repeating himself 3 times, calling everybody, shout out to all my Africans, my Neapolitan Africans, my French Africans. He's going down the list. And then you see your daughter's looking at these videos and she's got this attraction for this almost 50-something-year-old man. She's 25 now. He's 51, 52. She's 16. This is just 9 years ago. So he's 41. He's well over 40 years old. And your 16-year-old is watching these videos. And she's got this underlying attraction for this 40-some-year-old man. And then next thing you know, she's never clear about what age she is when she starts to DM him. But she DMs him. And somehow, he never meets her. He looks at her DMs. He hears her talk about being an inspiration. And then now she's the caretaker for his mother, never having met her before. And he finds her to be so trustworthy. And how old was she when she got out there? I'm not hearing clear dates or anything. She never clarified what age she was when she first sent him the DM. She just said she's been following him since 16. That could have been the first time she sent him a DM. She was a minor. He's over 40. And this is your 16-year-old daughter. Now, we all know Umar doesn't give 2 shits because he hasn't raised his own kids. This is your 16-year-old child. Keep that in mind. And she won't clarify how old she was when she DM'd him or met him. I want a specific age.
I'm just looking at him like, oh my gosh, and it's kind of like he's trying to look like, okay, and like the way he was moving was kind of like, well, maybe she likes it so much. Let me see if I can like get her to not really think about everything and take everything to account that
Because it wasn't really until I was able to like point out a lot of the work environments, like the physical hazards or like the mold or the bad air quality.
I don't think it was mold in there, but
exactly.
Siobhan said it was mold, but I didn't see no mold in there.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, when it started getting like after the whole, the thing and like the lust kind of got out the window, and then I started opening my eyes like, yo, he's supposed to be a psychologist. And he's looking like this, and then I started I started experiencing a lot of brain fog because I guess like the
said the lust
when it started getting like after the whole. The thing and like the lust kind of got out the window, and then I started opening my eyes like, yo,
what?
He's supposed to be a psychologist, and he's looking like this, and then I started I started experiencing a lot of brain fog because I guess like the stove doesn't really work properly, and it's kind of like causing like carbon monoxide in the air. I start realizing like, damn, I think the mom is going out too often unless it's to a doctor's appointment, and he has like the house boarded up. So I'm like, damn, so there's no fresh air. Then you start really taking a step back, and then you start looking around and like, oh yeah, this ain't right. So people are like, oh, why you notice so late? Well, then again, you are going through things, and at the same time, I was looking at somebody that I kind of was like not really an idol, not really idolized, but was inspired from, and it was like, dang, so I didn't really look at everything until like around the time,
Right.
No, she wasn't. No, she was. She was lusting. What are you talking about? Girl, you were 16.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If he has a baby mother that's 20, oh my God. Yeah, this is something else. When he was 40, he knocked up his 20-year-old girlfriend. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. She could have been younger, is my point. What if she flew out there when she was 18? 19 years old? Like, she could have been younger. You DMing him since you were admiring him at 16 years old. Let's assume you were DMing him at 16. You're a minor. You still had a good 2 years before you considered old enough to consent. What the F is going on? And his nasty ass didn't ask her, how old are you? Because I need to know how old you are. No, he didn't care about that. He thought she was trustworthy. Yeah, you're good enough to come watch my mother. Just random DM from a 16-year-old that was lusting and admiring and somehow attracted to him. Yeah, she's trustworthy enough to watch his mother. That ought to show you how much he loves and cares for his mother. He'll let anybody just go out there and watch it.
I meant to show this picture. My bad. Yeah. This is what I meant right here. So what picture is this that you just showed me? Right? That you said to me. Can I zoom in on that? Sure can.
Okay, so right there, that's what I was going to say. Even as a psychologist, it seems like it's hypocritical for you to subject not only your workers but your mother to this type of living environment, knowing how it can impact not only your mental health but your physical health as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. This is the bathroom. Why does it look like it's in the basement? What the hell? Why are you out here? You didn't report, so they didn't report this at all? Oh, this is disturbing. Umar, you should go to prison for the rest of your life for this. Where's proof of the mother being alive? What's proof of life?
And that definitely looks crazy right there.
Yeah.
That's his bathroom. I'm gonna show the video of the house in a few minutes. So, all right. So the living conditions as far as his mother, the whole like what is her living conditions? Like her room, and because Siobhan says that she had bed sores, and you telling me the same thing. So how is his mother really, really being treated in that household?
Well, basically, in my opinion, she's just being strung along. So I believe that he's receiving like a check and housing authority and a lot of a lot of benefits from the.
Oh my God!
He's sort of like
in jail.
You were like taking care of a foster child, or if you were, you get benefits. So I think he's just stringing her along for the extra benefits, and it's very weird. She's not really living. She doesn't really get to see daylight when she goes to her.
Oh my God! This is so hard to hear. And he's still a free person, and he's not in jail. So no one reached out to the other relatives to try to say, okay, here, let me send you this. Y'all might want to go ahead and get the police over here. I'll let them in. Are you kidding me? I would have called the police over there and dared him to look any other way. I heard call the police out here. Can we get this woman out of this house? Because she's not even getting fresh air. She's been held captive. He's holding her hostage, and he's stringing her along for a check. She's being neglected. She's got bed sores. She needs to go to the hospital. Are you kidding me?
Appointments or something like that, and it's like he claims to take her to the movies. I'm like, that was one time and it never happened. But it was like, it's not how someone. It's like, yeah, it's so pathetic you can laugh at it, but it's not how someone should be dying. I would say someone should be dying in that environment. I don't think that he's intentionally abusing her. I just think that the way that the person he is. It gets some to be like, kind of not able to understand how to probably care for someone or actually care for that you claim that you love. He claims in his interviews that his mom's his first love. Well, you didn't invest anything into that house to upgrade her, living conditions. You didn't put anything even into your own life. You should put something into that bathroom. Anything. It just doesn't show. Like, I'm talking. I want to get on that topic in another conversation or another whatever, because he's a psychopath and has an egomaniac problem.
And I wouldn't say that he doesn't know what he's doing, because first of all, he took his mother out of the home that she was supposed to be in, and that protected her. Then he subjected her to these type of treatment.
But yet that he's not, intentionally mistreating her and abusing her. What the hell do they think that means? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, you see, no. If you feel like this is what he's doing and you can talk about it on YouTube, you couldn't just call the Philadelphia police. You could call 911. This woman needs emergency care. We getting high at this house. Come over here. I'm going to tell them you got a weapon on you and they're going to shoot your ass. Like, are you kidding me? What in the entire F is happening when no one's getting this woman out this house?
You know what I'm saying? Keep her in the same position for long periods of time. Remember you said that he left her when she went to Africa. Now, I'm not sure.
That's an assumption. We're not
an assumption. But the way he is treating her, she does not have a room when you mention her room. She's staying in the living room. She doesn't go outside. As if she's an animal.
So I'm saying is this. She has a different view on it. And I'm a little bit more educated when it comes to psychology. If someone is like a schizophrenic and they're living he's not schizophrenic. I'm just giving you an example. They're living in a reality that everything they're doing is right and righteous and stuff like that. But in reality, they're talking to a lane.
Screw his reality. I don't give a damn. We're getting a woman out of the house so she can get some real medical treatment and she can breathe some fresh air, get some nourishment, get an IV going with some fluids. We're getting her the hell out of this house. The F you talking about? I don't give a fuck about his mental state. That means he should not be caring for her. If he's not in his right frame of mind, why is he still letting this, like, why? Leave this woman in that house with him. He's not mentally competent to take care of his mother. He barely bathes himself. And you see the condition she's in. Get her out of the house. Call the police on that. See, I need to come do a wellness check, and I need you all to have your body cameras on. Y'all, please come get her up out of here. She's got other kids. Let me call them. He took her out of somewhere where she was being protected and cared for. This is what this girl just said. And you leave him there and you talking about he's not schizophrenic, but he's got a mental disorder. He's not doing this. He's not doing that.
This type of treatment, you know what I'm saying? Keep her in the same position for long periods of time. Remember, you said that he left her when she went to Africa. Now, I'm not sure.
That's an assumption. We're not
an assumption. But the way he is treating her, she does not have a room when you mention her room. She's staying in the living room. She doesn't go outside.
So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is she has a different view on it, and I'm like a little bit more educated when it comes to psychology. If someone is like a schizophrenic and they're
no, you're not educated because you left her in that house. You didn't call the police. You didn't call any agencies to get her up out of there. You didn't report his ass. What the F you talking about? Yeah, I was about to be pissed off. Oh my God. How did y'all get through this? That's neglect. Thank you. Adult protective services would have been there fast and not slow. Look, yo. She seems to think that Umar's mental illness doesn't allow him to see what he is doing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's irrelevant. You think a judge in the court of law would give a damn? Hell no. A judge nor a jury would give a damn about that. They will be like, okay, are you competent to stand trial? Yeah, okay, cool. So, you've been charged with neglect. If you believe that he's there, he's just stringing her along to get a check. She's living in the living room. That's the bathroom. Why would you leave that house and like, I'm getting her up out of here. And you can get mad. I don't give a damn. I will have the news show up. Test me on that. You want to go around and get bullied if you want to? I have SWAT. I'll tell them that you got her held hostage with a weapon. The F you saying? Yeah, this is so disturbing. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Oh my God.
He's not schizophrenic. I'm just giving you an example. They're living in a reality that everything they're doing is right and righteous and stuff like that. But in reality, they're talking to a lamp, saying, that the lamp is real. That's what he believes is in that house. He is a psychopath and has an ego problem. Like I was going to say, I told you earlier how his daughter tried to reach out and cry out for help. He's
a psychopath, but yet somehow you thought it was cool to leave that mother in that house with him. Well, he's stringing her along and he's just letting her live to get a check. Let's not call any agency at all to get her up out of here or her family or relatives. Because he's an idiot. It wouldn't have been that difficult to do it without him knowing. Let's get the police here. Make sure he doesn't knuck if you buck if you want to. You're going to pop you faster than a balloon with a pin. She's still in that house. What's wrong with these people?
Like, she just wants clout. She's not thinking ahead. Maybe your daughter feels abandoned, and maybe your daughter, he doesn't understand those type of emotions, sort of like how a sociopath, psychopath would. Terminology for that in a psychology terminology, whatever would be the sociopath.
I know what you're saying.
They can't understand what they're doing is wrong. He thinks he loves his mother. He thinks what he's doing is enough, but it's not enough. It doesn't meet the standards that I would think is right. I guess Philadelphia wellness department thinks it's okay because she did have wellness checks conducted on her, but she needs to get out of that home. But there's nothing we can do.
I understand what you're saying. But he studies Pan-African Americanism, which means that he brings the community together. It means he's empowered. He talks about empowering Black women, but his mother is a Black woman and his daughter is a Black woman. So why does he know how to either build ethical relationships with these people or treat them as if they have human rights?
The same way a person can, like I say,
Umar's a liar. He's a liar. He doesn't care about Pan-Africanism. He's not even spiritual. He doesn't give a shit. He just says whatever because you got these gullible ass people in this community that believe whatever he says. That's it. It's worked for him for 15 plus years. And they still give him their rent money. It has nothing to do with getting the mother out that house.
Fix these people. He studies these people. He doesn't practice what he's preaching. The same way like a vocalist can do a voice of someone else. Doesn't mean that they're Lotto or they're whatever Justin Bieber. They can just mimic and they can sound like this person. They're just mimicking and putting on this persona. They're not actually embodying this person and really going about it. You know what I'm trying to say? And they're practicing what they're preaching. He's just mimicking and bathing in this attention, and he's not really doing anything really in real life.
So before we get into the real juicy stuff, but we're not going to just stay on it too much, but I'm going to get to some of the questions that y'all may be asking. I'm ahead of you, and I will be going there.
Hit the like button.
With that being said, just the living conditions, his mother living conditions, you saying he's a sociopath, and
egomaniac, yeah.
Right? So do you think he respects women as much as he talk about the black queen is this, the black queen is that? Do he only just
no, he doesn't understand what it is to respect a woman. The way he speaks to my sister, the way he treats his mother, and the lack of a relationship with his daughter. You can tell that, yes, all of this right there already proves that he doesn't know what it is to respect a woman.
So can you give us any examples of how he treat his mother? Is it like more of an action thing? And is it a verbal thing? Like, do he talk disrespectful to his mother or whatever? Like,
let me give you an example.
How he treats his mom.
Well, you weren't there I don't know. I wasn't there, but I can give you an example. I can give you a service example. Like the thing that he's subjecting his mother to, lack of health care, lack of proper care. When the police are to show up to the house, he does not allow them in. So that points to signs that he is neglecting his mother. No, when the police wasn't there, when the police had arrived there, you don't know the full story, and she's trying to talk for me. But I'm trying to say, when the police arrived there, he would tell me not to open the door, just thinking somebody knocking on the door for him or blah, blah, blah. But there were wellness checks conducted. That's what I'm trying to say. There was wellness checks conducted. Just know the full story there.
That's fine. But I'm glad she's.
But I'm saying the way that, I can answer your question because that was even the question. But what I'm saying is he doesn't treat his mother. He doesn't like. That's what I'm saying. He's not intentionally abusing his mother.
If it was done by the police, then I should be able to get body camera footage. Who's the police officers that did these wellness checks? Wellness checks were conducted by who? And why the hell is she sitting here trying to defend him? Either he's mistreating her or he's not. I mean, what the hell is going on? When the police are to show up to the house, he does not allow them. I mean, I've heard that before. They said he didn't allow them to open the door. Didn't his sisters call? He put up a post blaming his sister for calling the police like 3 times in 4 weeks. And somehow they weren't able to conduct a wellness check. Now she's sitting here saying, yeah, they did. What the F is wrong with her? She's 25. Okay.
Allow them in. So that points to signs that he is neglecting his mother.
Exactly.
The police wasn't there. When the police had arrived there, you don't know the full story, and she's trying to talk for me. But I'm trying to say, when the police arrived there, he would tell me not to open the door because thinking somebody knocking on the door for him.
Yeah, so they couldn't do the check, girl. The police arrived. He tell me not to open the door. So they could not perform the wellness check. She calls herself, an intellect. This isn't a play on words. This is not the topic to sit here and play word semantics. Wellness checks was not done, period. He told you not to open the door, but the police are there. But he has nothing to hide, though. Your opportunity to get her out of that house, and you don't take it. You don't run out the back and say, no, she's back here. Come on, hurry up. He doesn't want you all in. She's dying. I mean, whatever you need to say to get her out of there. She's dying. She's short of breath, and he will not get her emergency services. She's got bed sores. They've got worms crawling out. Whatever needs to be said to get her out of there. What the heck?
Blah, 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 blah. But there were wellness checks conducted. That's what I'm trying to say. There was wellness checks conducted. Just know the full story there.
I'm glad she's.
But I'm saying the way that, I can answer your question because that was even the question. But what I'm saying is he doesn't treat his mother. He doesn't like. That's what I'm saying. He's not intentionally like abusing his mother.
Okay, that's, so that's the neglect. Girl, stop. He's telling you not to open the door. The police show up. He says he told me not to open the door. So how is he not intentionally neglecting her? He doesn't even want the police to put eyes on her. He doesn't want the police to see her and do a wellness check. They're not being done. What did she think this means? It's the stupidity of it all.
When the police are to show up to the house, he does not allow them in. So that points to signs that he is neglecting his mother. No, when the police wasn't there.
She just said that. He does not let them in. Isn't that what she said? Okay. So let's go to Dingbat.
When the police had arrived there, you don't know the full story, and she's trying to talk for me. But I'm trying to say, when the police arrived there, he would tell me not to open the door because he thinks
same thing. He won't let them in. He tell you not to open the door. He's still not letting them in. He didn't open the door. He tells you not to open the door. They're not getting in. They're not performing the wellness check. Oh my God. This is so, she's so diggy. Y'all, and meanwhile, there's a woman who has health disabilities where she's bedbound, still laying up in that house, being subjected to this treatment. All this neglect going on. And somehow she keeps saying, it's not intentional. You know, it's shit like that that gets him off the hook. And then he's never held accountable.
Somebody knocking on the door for him or blah, blah, blah. But there were wellness checks conducted. That's what I'm trying to say. There was wellness
checks. They were not
conducted.
No, police didn't go there.
That's fine. But I'm glad she's.
Well, I'm saying the way that, I can answer your question because that was even the question. But what I'm saying is he doesn't treat his mother. He doesn't like, that's what I'm saying. He's not intentionally like abusing his mother.
He is.
That's not
what about the example of how he's treating you?
Okay, so with me, he just thinks that he can tell me to shut up, and he can think that like, shut up, I'm talking. But like, it's like the way he talks is very aggressive.
Put his funky feet up on the couch and put it up on people with fungus on it.
But he's like, I put fungus. But I'm saying like I'm saying he put his feet up. But I can say the behavior is disrespectful. But does he know he's being disrespectful?
If that sounds good, go ahead.
I can't even sit there and talk. Let me talk. I'm saying yes. It's basically if you want to say.
Y'all wanted me to watch this because I'm irritated. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm very, very irritated. I'm infuriated. I'm very, very infuriated. Information Man Show, I'm gonna send you an email. Email me, honey. I'm infuriated. Information Man Show, you won't come up? Because if not, I'm just gonna keep cussing. Email me, honey. Who, child? I'm gonna let Information Man Show come up, y'all. I'm irritated. This is fucking irritating, and I don't want to be cussing and dropping F-bombs because I know y'all like, oh, Lady Like, please just play the video. Yeah, I'm very irritated. I'm very irritated. This is so hard to hear. Oh my God, this is hard to fucking hear. It's hard to hear. Email me, Information Man. They left this woman in this house. That's the problem. At some point, it comes down to culpability. You had an opportunity to get her up out of there. You saw the condition she was in. You saw she's being neglected, and somehow you don't think it's intentional, but he's telling you not to open the door with the police coming up to do a wellness check. He's not letting his relatives see her. What the F are you talking about? This is why he let these 20-some-year-olds come up in there and do this, because they're gullible enough to believe that he's not doing this on purpose. And then just leaving her there, she talks about she's educated. Oh, he's inspired me to go to school to get a psychology degree. That doesn't make you a psychologist, little girl. The F is going on. Yeah, she's supposed to be so intellectual. This is absolutely insane. And she is defending him. She's defending this bullshit. Oh, he doesn't have foot fungus. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't let this girl on my show. Are you fucking kidding me? She never even did clarify the age she was when she first DM'd him. She could have been 16. we have no idea what age she was when she DM'd Umar either. And he's a nasty ass piece of crap. Of course, he didn't ask her, how old are you? Of course not. Because when I showed the DMs, we want to know how old you were when you first reached out to him. You talking about you had an attraction to somebody over 40 years old and you 16? Where are parents at? God. A video sped up, y'all. But doesn't know how to mandate report abuse. It's just negligence. It's not a form of abuse. Y'all see where we at? She thinks that negligence is not a form of abuse. He's completely negligent. But no, that's not intentionally abusing her, even though he tells me not to open the door and let the police come in and do a wellness check. So how is one being conducted? He doesn't open the door. He tells her not to open the door. I would be like, dude, you kidding me? I'm going to open this door. Or tell them through the wall they can get a battery ram and ram it in. You know, because no one wants to use a battery ram. Folks want him to be held accountable, but they scared for him to be actually held accountable. You got the opportunity for him to be held accountable on a silver fucking platter. You're in this house where his mother is living in the living room in this nasty ass bathroom in these conditions where you can tell he's just stringing her along for a check. He's completely negligent. She's got bed sores. He's isolated her. He's being mentally and emotionally abusive, psychologically abusive because she can't see anybody else. She's not getting fresh oxygen. She's not getting outside the house. He's telling you not to open the door to the police. He won't open the door for the police to do a wellness check. And yet somehow, oh, she's fine. Let's not get a battery ram because, fuck that. God. Oh, boy. Oh, man, y'all. Oh, because this woman she doesn't deserve this. Can you imagine what's going on in her mind? How many times she's probably cried and prayed to herself? Why doesn't my son show me more love than this? Where are my other kids at? Why I can't see my other family? Why is this happening to me? You know probably how many times this woman has wondered that to herself, laying in that living room. You can imagine that. How many times that woman has probably cried herself to sleep with bed sores. And this thing is sitting here, 25-year-old child. Didn't answer the door for the police. Huh. Y'all, we wait for information, man. Show. I sent you the link. I can't imagine this. I wish I had the opportunity for my grandmother to come stay with me. With advanced dementia, she had to be put in a nursing facility. I hated it. And then her daughter puts her in a facility that's far away from everybody else. I told her flat out, if I ever see her in a condition where she needs to go to ER, I'm going to call it. And I dare you to stop me. You can't make this up, man. This is disturbing. This is disturbing.
Say that it is.
Oh my God. Oh Lord, have mercy. I don't know how people lack empathy with this. This woman is all alone, basically. All these people coming in and out. You got these 20-some-year-olds sitting here, playing caretaker. He's barely there. He's all over podcasts. She living in the living room. Barely, never getting outside, getting fresh air. She got bed sores. Can't see her family. She don't even know what's going on. And probably scared to say something to him. And this little heifer sitting here talking about he's not doing this intentionally.
Disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. But does he think it's disrespectful? There's a sociopath. Look that up what that is. Know that they're not really caring for loving their mother. They can barely care for anybody. Like I said, he said when he talks in the interview, his mother is his first love. But this is the environment you're subjecting her to. Is like, do you even know what love is? He doesn't even know what it is to love his own daughter. He doesn't know what love is. He doesn't know what it is to respect women. He knows how to mimic what he's saying, but he doesn't practice what he preaches. So I'm saying that is poor treatment to the mom. But I can't say he's punching her, he's stabbing her, sacrificing her, whatever Siobhan was saying. No, it's that the environments she is in, and not really putting the money that you're getting from these donations, or I guess donations stopped or whatever happened to his account froze, whatever.
What difference does it make if he stab you, leaving her alone? The woman probably feels like she's in prison.
And but I'm saying,
girl, y'all Information Man show here. How you doing, honey?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right. Can y'all hear Information Man show? Hit the 4. If you can hear.
Yeah, I had a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I saw this video. The brother that did this video, I'm familiar with him. Mm-hmm. He has an interesting channel, but I watched a little bit of this and I immediately turned it off. Given all the events that have taken place with Marianne and all the stuff that's been going on, mm-hmm. I don't know how credible these ladies are or how wrong they are, because you could tell that the young lady on the left is in contradiction with the young lady on the right, and both are in contradiction with each other. When she's talking, the other young lady is correcting her or saying something different. So given what we just have witnessed and gone through, I would not bring these ladies on my show from what I've observed, because you have to question how credible they are. It's interesting that they just came out of the Woolworths. They just came out of nowhere. Given everything that's been taking place. Now, the question is, if this is true, what is Umar Johnson doing, hiring females or underage girls?
Yeah.
What is he doing hiring a 17-year-old that has no medical background to the level of what they're saying about his mother? They're saying, and they're saying she was in the living room. She was that. These are things that we have heard, that we know, or at least that we think we know. And I'm going to say this again. And I brought this up before. This is where, after doing a lot of assessing of everything, the problem I have, Lady Luck Club, is that if people are observing that his mother is being mistreated, that he is not handling her care properly, my question is, I don't care, folks, because I've worked in nursing homes. I've worked with elderly people before, our seniors. You are, whenever you're doing care with seniors, just like kids, there's a law. You are a mandated reporter.
Thank you.
Whether you are a certified person or not, that's across any job that you have where you're providing care or anything. The minute you see that he did something allegedly wrong with how he handled his mother's care, allegedly, technically under the law, you're supposed to report these things, because if you don't, you can be brought into court, put under oath, and ask questions about what you saw, what you didn't report, so on and so forth, if it was to ever get to that level. So I have, because of my background, I have a little bit of a problem with this whole situation where we either believe or think that there's something that's happening to the mother, but yet no one is reporting what's happening. Now, to be fair, we know that Honors brought on his show I guess a nephew who said that allegedly that the family has not been able to see her. This is my question again. This is my question respectfully. Why are people not going? It doesn't matter if Umar has power of attorney. If you see something that's wrong, a family member, you can go to court, you can hire lawyers, you can report to the adult protective services, and you can say, hey, I believe, or we believe as a collective family, that Umar allegedly is doing something to our mother. We haven't seen our grandmother in these many years, these many months. And you can get a lawyer. You can, even if Umar has power of attorney, and all power of attorney means is that he has right over health situations. Well, just because a person has power of attorney does not mean that you cannot report something that's happening. So that's another thing. This is for everyone listening. That's another thing that I think has gotten lost in this whole Umar Johnson situation as it relates to his mother, that we don't hear anything about people reporting, bringing in the authorities about alleged abuse, or writing. You can write a report. Even you can write this stuff down so that it's at least on the record. So I have a problem with that. And the reason why I know what I'm talking about, because I have seen over my years people do these sort of things in real time and get people in trouble who are abusing what they call elder abuse. That's a very sensitive and serious thing in our society. So whatever these young ladies are saying, if it's true, the question again, why don't they go and report it? If you feel so emotionally invested to get on a YouTube channel and report this, why can't you be emotionally invested to go report it to the proper authority? Because I got to keep it real. My brother Mike here, I've checked out his channel. He coming on his show and telling him all of this, Mike can't do a damn thing because Mike doesn't have any empirical evidence.
Exactly.
He can't do nothing but simply run the podcast, put the information out there. But I'm sorry, with the back and forth bickering that you're witnessing, as you said, you can't take it anymore. That automatically, to me, makes this an uncredible video, because the women or the young ladies themselves seem like they can't get their stories right, or they're not on the same page, or they're contradicting each other. And given what we've just gone through, I don't trust anybody now. Unless you've got receipts with stuff, I don't trust nobody word account without no damn receipts, especially if they haven't filed no complaints on this man.
Right. Exactly. I've reported on this as well. And I, said, and every time I brought up his mother, the family has to go to court. They need to challenge this so-called power of attorney. How do we know that she signed it in her right frame of mind? If she was supposed to have representation and she was, cognitively impaired at the time, she may have signed something like that, then they can render that null and void in court. But they're going to have to challenge him in court. They can't just sit back, keep calling and sending out, the police to do wellness checks, reporting this to the elder abuse hotline. Keep doing that, but ask the family, even with his nephew, or the niece, his siblings, they have to do this legally, because then you could get a court order in place, get an emergency hearing, get a court order in place, get guardianship over her, and then they can go ahead and remove her from his care at that point. But if they're not trying to take action, it's only so much we can do. On YouTube, as the ones sharing the information, me as an independent journalist, content creators, it's only so much we can do just by sharing it. Even if everybody in the LLC and Information Man Show on our platforms file reports every day, that's just piling up reports. But I'm disturbed by the fact that police to keep playing around games with this when they get called out there to do a wellness check. I've seen police body camera footage where they, after a while they knock on the door, and if they see signs of disturbance that warrants them to do, at least a remedial search, they've been able to do that without a court order. All of a sudden, it's like they have to have one in this one situation where they should probably just kick the door in or say, open up, or we're going to come in by force, because now we have, cause of concern, probable cause, to say that we need to put eyes on this woman. We're getting reports that she's got bed sores. We've seen photos and videos and all these things, and you don't want us to come in and do a wellness check? You don't want to open the door?
Right.
You telling these so-called caretakers don't open the door? What do you mean? If you have nothing to hide, you open the door and let the wellness check be done, and you can prove on the police body camera, there's nothing going on wrong. There's nothing nefarious. Everything's on up and up. Come see for yourselves.
Right.
But when you sit here and hide for the cops, that's the first thing. That's the first sign to me that he, they keep talking about his mental competency. He's got schizophrenia. He's a psychopath, this, that, and the third. More of a reason why he should not be in having any, responsibilities and be in charge of his mother's care. Because if he's got these mental issues going on, he should not be sitting here trying to make decisions for someone else. And a power of attorney does not mean you are actual legal, an actual attorney. You're not bar licensed. You can't go to court and represent her in court. You still would need an actual bar licensed attorney. All you're doing is just making certain decisions regarding financial and medical affairs. That's it.
Right. But this is the thing. She should have, if I'm not mistaken, there should be a caseworker, a social worker within the state of Philadelphia. And it is the caseworker's job to go and do welfare checks on the mother. Now, I suspect this because I've seen this before. Sometimes people will put on a facade when the caseworker comes to inspect your home, and you'll make everything look like everything is on top of the mountain. And then, of course, I think what Umar is doing allegedly is that he uses young ladies like this, probably when the caseworkers come around, to give the illusion that the mother is getting around the clock care. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I do.
Well, I think this might be a tool that he's using, which is why, and another reason why he's getting young ladies is because he's getting young ladies that he can, that he feel that he can be impressionable on, right? Young ladies that would be attracted to him, that have heard him say all of his speech. So now he can manipulate them. Another problem with this too, Lady Luck Club, is that technically you should be hiring a professional, someone that is certified either as an LVN, an RN, or either a CNA who has some sort of license, if not license, a certification, because that means what? They can lose their license, they can be sued, they have to be held to a certain standard. So Umar is just like he's doing with the abandoned buildings, he is cutting corners, allegedly, in my opinion. But this right here is an example of a man who is reckless, out of control. And these young ladies, I don't know if this is a clout chase for them or they had a small dealing with him, whatever. It all looks horrible. Now, Lady Luck Club, let me bring up something else to your attention. So far, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 3 weeks since Honors asked Marianne to produce receipts. Ladies and gentlemen, have you count the days? It's 3 freaking weeks. It would never take you 3 weeks to present such evidence. And so now what she's done, where she's going on these videos and then she's finding people, like, for example, I won't name any names, folks are going to know. She found a video of someone who used to be a supporter of the Cookie Crush chat or supporter of the channels. Someone who, and Last Call knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into deep details, but she went to someone who was doing bullying themselves. So when she's on the video agreeing and saying, yeah, the Cookie Crush chat is bullying people, the Cookie Crush chat is causing people to lose their job and blah, blah, blah. The individual channel that she used to do her reaction to make Honor look bad. If you're familiar with the history, because a lot of us are, this is an individual who used to rock over there and ended up being a part of a crowd that was also bullying people. So the very person that she used video that was pushing this ideology of the Cookie Crush chat bullying, and the bullying that she's experiencing is someone that was doing bullying themselves, which is why the folks in that channel don't deal with that person who was doing that video, because that person has a vendetta against the Cookie Crush chat and certain individuals, because that person was exposed as a bully, as a person that would dox you and all and what have you. So when she used that video, I laughed to myself even listening to the video, because I know the history of said individual's video that she was using, and she was basically gaslighting in a way to make herself further to be the victim. So everybody in the chat room, you have to beware of any videos that she finds and that she does a reaction to where someone has something to say, because remember, last call, you know this, there was a bunch of people who fell off, who begin to be like Blade 2, who fell off and were bulliers and were nasty and were doxing and were doxing people and doing all sort of nefarious things. And now that this whole situation happened with Honors and everybody, these individuals are crawling from under the dirt and now coming out with videos because they want to knock a man or knock someone when they're down because they want revenge themselves because they were cast out for their misdeeds. And for any of y'all in the chat room right now, in Lady Luck's chat room, who've been around a minute, you know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to name no name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, and y'all know what the circumstances were that this individual got cast out of. So what's happening is that Marianne is like going to a store. She's grabbing at the bargain basement of the where you get the movies that's $2, the movies that's $1 and $2, where she's grabbing at the bargain basement of YouTube and pulling out people that they're not real content creators. They're people who are provocateurs. And she's using the video because she wants to make herself out to be a victim. So she's going to find people who don't like certain people in this sector who have something negative to say. She's going to find their videos and she's going to play them, react to them as further argument to make herself be the victim. What does everybody think? What do you think, Lady Luck Club?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she's doing. It's called, distract and deter and deflect and dip and dodge and duck and everything else in between. Because, it will take me 3-4 minutes to log on to my bank and get bank statements to show that I got a deposit. But, that's kind of one of the things that we touched on in the beginning of the live stream is how it feels like Marianne Lorient was sent here to be a distraction more so. Because I don't hear Umar, negating the idea that he gave her all this money either. It's like he's not responding to it one way or the other. He's just letting this crap happen.
Well,
and it distracts. Yeah, I was gonna say it distracts from what the main focus should be.
Right.
And Marianne, never produced any evidence on anything. She never produced any evidence to prove there was a class action or that he sued her, or that they mediated or settled or anything, that there was an ombudsman or I don't care how they put it, an arbitrator, no evidence on any of this stuff. Certain things can be released to the public. If you're talking about an ombudsman, yes, it can. But when you have somebody like her that thinks no one knows anything, they don't know what should be expected as far as information to even prove any of these allegations she's putting out here, she's going to continue to play this dumb game. So, it's not hard to see what she's doing by trying to distract and deflect, pulling up this video out of nowhere. It's obviously a tool, and I don't think it's going to be the last time she pulls this as stunt. I don't think that's going to be her last time trying that. She's doing whatever she can. It's like she's grasping, like you said, reaching at the bottom of the barrel, grasping for straws and saying, oh, well, before anyone asks me about this, let me put this video out here. Let me put that video out here. And let me get all this attention on this area and that area, but not on what matters most. How are you trying to take down Umar if you turn around and saying that he's going to open a school? No, he's not. Right. You understand that he's not even going to pass inspection. So why even put that BS out there and say that? Now you got these two ladies that come up out of nowhere. And once, it's making sense. The other one's just a dingbat. And she's 25, and I'm still questioning how old was she when she first met the damn man.
Right, there's something.
Because if she was under 18, that is statutory. If she was under 18, that should have never happened if she was under 18.
Mm-hmm.
But question comes back: where's her parents? I can't put the onus completely on her because he's infamous for messing around with these girls like this. So. Once again, we're watching a video where there's a whole lot of talk happening, and I'm more irritated at how opportunities were available for her to help get this woman out of the house. And she didn't, it's like she wasn't even caring about any of that. She's too busy being attracted to him. She care less that the mother's sleeping in the living room. So what does this all get us? What
Well,
is the outcome of this? It's like, if you're not reporting this stuff, you're putting it out on YouTube, but you're not taking it to the correct agencies
right.
and reporting it to where it should be going, because you don't want to get in trouble. Don't you think they're going to watch these videos?
Right. It becomes just more of a distraction. But
yeah,
this is the area I want to touch on too. So when it comes to Marianne and her manifesting this idea that Honors knew the check was fake, or that the check was fake and she knew it.
That's BS.
If that was true, the day that Marianne presented it online, when she kept telling Honors, show the back of it, let the back stay there, but just let the front of the check kind of linger. Marianne would have made it. And then when she got into that tirade about, I ain't got to tell y'all what bank, I ain't got to tell y'all this, y'all. And then she made that statement about, you know how these Negroes are. If you don't show them this, they going to think it's not real. Well, that's the thing. She just put her foot in her mouth. If the check wasn't real, or did she believe that it might be a fake check, when they presented it, she would have made that very clear. Everybody, I got this check from Umar, but I'm not sure, everybody, if the check is correct. And if she would have presented it to Honor like that, I'm sure Honor would have said the same thing. Hey, this is a check that she got, but she's making it very clear that she's not sure if the check is real. And check this out. If that was the case, why wouldn't she had already gone to make sure the check was legitimate? Because she was lying. Because there's at least 2 videos floating out there where she said something about she did cash the check and that Honors knew she cashed it. Then there's a video where she's saying she didn't. Even in her recent videos, if you really pay attention to it, the lies are in the details of what she says. She gives herself away every single time. And so it's been 3 weeks, no evidence, and she's going to continue to, I think she's going to continue to do what she's doing. But now I'm under the impression that this woman may have allegedly some sort of mental health issues. It appears that to me. I do not know exactly what it is, so cannot give professional diagnosis here, but there's something that's off about her, because I think she's getting a little bit, how can I say this? I think she likes the attention. I think she's enjoying the drama. That's why she put the shark logo on her channel for a minute. That's why she's going into places and saying, hey, I'm here to talk to the officer. I think she's really enjoying this to a certain degree.
Yeah, she is. She said flat out she was going to do a feature film about this when it's all said and done, and call it content creators. It's like she's writing a movie in real time. For her, this is like a script. And we're just all a part of it, unfortunately. Like we're in a bad movie being played out.
And if she uses any of our names without our permission, we can sue her.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm getting all the royalty rights. Marianne, you know not to play with me, girl. But we're in a bad script. This is what this is, a F-rated horrible film that she's writing in real time, and just kind of forgetting that in this reality here on Earth, you're talking about coming on YouTube and just making content and getting the bag. Okay, but you still understand that defamatory speech is not protected speech, 1, and 2, deceiving the public gets you nowhere. It just takes away your credibility. And then when people cease to believe you, they're not going to watch your content anymore because they're going to get tired of the BS. So that's what she has not figured out about, YouTube or social media. People, we got ADHD. We only going to put our attention, but for so long, into something. And then we're going to get sick of it. No matter how many times she tries to come out the woodworks with it. It's only so much drama you can create before we're like, okay, she's creating drama. Unless someone's going to jail today, we don't care. And then we're going to move on.
Right.
So she's got her antics are going to pick up. That's why I said it probably will get worse before she stops, because she knows I got to keep this thing going. I got to step it up 1,000 levels just to keep the attention on me.
Right.
And then where's it going to lead you? It's going to take her down this dark rabbit hole she's not going to be able to get herself out of. And at that point, it'll be too late. And then she'll be the one sitting here answering to a judge in a court of law because she doesn't know how to stop.
I think what's going to happen is that she's going to escalate once other people attach themselves to her who are want to be a part of her plight because they have an X to grind. Like I told you before, she's going to be grabbing the bottom of the pile.
Yep.
And there are going to be people who are going to make videos that she will attach to their videos and use it to make herself further look like a victim. Some of these folks might even contact her so that they can do a collaboration. I see it escalating because as long as it escalates and she gets views, she already told you she's already making more money than all of us. Remember, she said that. So that that tells you where her mindset is already.
Yep. Exactly.
That she's enjoying the attention. And I also think that she's doing what she's doing because she's hoping that Honor will do another video and respond to her. That's what she wants. I think that's why she's ratcheting up. She wants a response from the man himself, and she's not getting the response. So she's feeling rejected. So she has to up her antics. She has to up her game.
Yep.
But Lady Luck Club, I'm about to drop off, my sister. You have a great evening. And I just wanted to drop that information on you.
Thank you, Information Man Show. I feel a lot better that you came up here, honey. You got to listen. We got to do this more often, child.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You've been on your platform. You got all the bells and whistles and the sound effects.
I gotta bring what I'll do. I'm gonna plan. I'll plan a weekend show at some point. Okay. And we can do a collaboration, however you want to do it, we'll do it, and we'll get it going. But everybody in the chat room, have a good evening and a good weekend. This Umar situation ain't going nowhere. And my prediction is that Marianne is going to ratchet up, y'all. She's going to ratchet up with other people who have been outed by the community because they were bullies themselves. Watch. And when this happens, y'all remember that I said this. She's going to dig in the bottom of the barrel of so-called content creators who have an axe to grind, and she's going to use their videos to talk about everybody, if not collaborate with these folks, because I'm sure they're already trying to get in contact with her. Believe that. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.
All right. Peace out. Y'all, shout out to Information Man Show. I want to ask you all this. Hit the 4 if you want me to continue with this video. Hit the 4 if you want me to continue. If not, hit the 1. 1's if it's a no, 4 is a yes. 4 for yes, 1 for no. Because I mean, I haven't seen it all. And some of you have, some of you haven't. This is how much I love you all in the LLC. Hit the 4 if it's a yes. Hit the 1 if it's a no. Be like, Lady Luck, no. Or you were like, yeah, keep going, girl. It gets better. Y'all let me know. Lord, it's a mess. Oh, wait a minute. Am I seeing a mix? Some say keep going. Some say no, I'm just done. Oh, man. So I see 4s and 1s. Y'all, all right. 4s and 1s. Come on. 4 is a yes. 1 for no. I'm going to try my best. If 4s that win, I'm going to try my best not to talk. I'm just going to go on mute. And then just pause when I need to breathe deep. Oh, gosh. Oh, more 4s. I see 4s. Y'all, come on. I want to see the footage at the crib. I want to see the footage of the crib. Me too. I really want to see the inside. Y'all, even my mods are like tapping out. They're like, no. Powerful content. Skip to the house. Okay, let's do that. Because this little girl getting on my nerve. This little girl is getting on my nerve. Her sister really is trying to throw her out. And she keeps trying to defend this clown. Yeah, let's I just want to see. How much footage does she have? Wait a minute. They got text messages? How he pay? Okay, hold on. So he's paying. We'll just check out the receipts. How about that? Because I see receipts here. Umar, you dumbass. It can be used against you in the court of law.
It was like, no, around like June or July, he was paying me through Apple Pay. Then he told me something like, yo, I can't pay through Apple Pay, I pay through PayPal because they had froze his account. And they
oh, God. She's infuriating. Okay. Hold on. He sent her 300. Then he sent her 25, then 150. Is this how Apple Pay receipts look, you all? Like the transactions? Or does this look like something she just made up with the internet? Does this look real? I don't know how. I don't have Apple Pay. I don't know, $300. Is this how it looks? If you pull up Apple Pay transactions, does it look like this? Y'all tell me. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna assume that she, went to Microsoft Word and created this shit and colored this stuff in. If this is a real transaction, though, she said Apple Pay, right? This is Apple Pay.
Remember, I told you around August.
Yeah, you're annoying. She's so annoying. Yeah, she said Apple Pay.
Because they had froze his account and they had basically took his Gmail away. So I think
So is this PayPal or Apple Pay? What's this?
He has no longer have access to the funds that were being donated to him. But I'm saying when he had access to those funds, and I'm gonna tell you there were a lot of funds. He didn't put it towards no school. He didn't put it towards his mama. His mom.
What was the receipt? So first she said Apple Pay, then she said something about his accounts being frozen. He said sent me through Apple Pay.
I can't pay through Apple Pay. I pay through PayPal because.
So is this how PayPal looks at Apple Pay? PayPal. That's PayPal. Looks like PayPal. Okay, we're gonna go with PayPal. So if this is how it looks on PayPal, with this little house and all that, and it's got the name, date, money received, and just the amount, no date, time, it's no time stamp with it. Because I don't know how well he vetted this. This could have been drawn. Y'all, this could be Microsoft Paint. Who knows? Whatever. This is so ridiculous.
They had froze his account and they had basically took his Gmail away. So I think he has.
How they take his Gmail away? The bank won't take your Gmail away. Gmail account? You mean for email? They can't do that. She said they took his Gmail away. They who? Banks don't take your Gmail accounts away. They could care less about your Gmail account. Why would they care about that? Y'all hear that? She said they took his Gmail away. Who is they? Who are they?
Because they had froze his account and they had basically took his Gmail away.
They who? PayPal or the bank? They can't take your Gmail away. PayPal, the bank, Apple Pay, they have no control over another platform email account that you have. So PayPal can't take away his Gmail account. Yeah, this is so crazy. Y'all ever heard of that? PayPal took my Gmail away. What? Oh, Lord. Oh my God. Come down, Jesus. PayPal took his Gmail away. Somebody took his Gmail away, but it wasn't Gmail. It wasn't Google. Only Google can freeze your Gmail. Gmail is nothing but an email with Google. PayPal cannot take your Gmail account. The bank can't take it either. That's a whole nother platform. What in the entire hell? Oh, these young ass kids.
So I think he has no longer have access to the funds that were being donated to him. But I'm saying when he had access to those funds, and I'm telling you there were a lot of funds.
Y'all look at this. All right, let me just because she's annoying. Let me read this. What's your ETA? Because nobody snipped this. This month 215-989-9858. Yeah, that's his number. Okay. What's your ETA? I can't miss this plane. Then on Wednesday, January 14 at 10:13 a.m. We don't see the year. What year was this? Y'all, what year is this? Y'all know what year? Good morning. Please give mom 3 bananas sliced and water. Eggs, cereal, or oatmeal at her choice. Pot pie dinner in freezer for lunch. Rose. What? 3 bananas sliced, water, eggs, cereal, or oatmeal. Not and. So she really getting bananas and water with either eggs or cereal or oatmeal. Why she can't have eggs and oatmeal and cereal? Like, what do you mean? Ain't no protein in that? The eggs will be the only protein. So if she didn't get that, she wouldn't have no protein. Like, good grief, he's an idiot. Pot pie dinner in freezer. A pot pie frozen dinner. In freezer for lunch. A frozen dinner. Just give her one of them little banquet pot pies. You know, that artificial shit. Don't cook anything. Yo. Oh my God. Oh my God. He wants her to have 3 bananas and water for breakfast, but give her that frozen dinner in the freezer. The little frozen pot pie dinner that you can put in the microwave for a couple minutes, and that's it. With all that artificial stuff in it, you know. Shouldn't breakfast be the heaviest meal of the day? And then he says a text on Wednesday, January 14th at 6:48 p.m. Good evening. How's it going? What did mom have for dinner and when was she last changed? Oh, this is so pathetic. And she's 25 now. How old was she when she was there? This was 2025, 2026. So she was just there. He makes his mom eat vegan, but he doesn't. But she's eating a pot pie, a frozen dinner pot pie. Y'all, do you understand like the sodium in these frozen dinners? I mean, you talk about somebody that's bedbound, that's got health issues and all this stuff. You want to give her this overly healthy breakfast with no protein? Because what if she just had cereal and banana and water? There ain't no protein in that at all. But then you talking about a frozen dinner for lunch. So what she eat for dinner? Because if that's what she ate for lunch, then that means the girl didn't cook for dinner either. Oh, Lord, this lady. Oh, my God. Please, Jesus, whatever you do, let something happen to where this woman can be delivered out this house and rescued to a family member that actually loves and cares about her. Amen. Let every heart that agrees say amen. You can't make this up. We got to be on one accord with this prayer. Umar, you going to jail and then hell.
He didn't put it towards no school. He didn't put it towards his mama. His mom is nothing. So if he had the funds or not, he was going to stay this ridiculous. I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't doing much with
it. How much was he paying her? Why is this not regular? 150 here, 25, 300. So as he gets donations, that's how he pays this girl. But the mother's getting a check. What the hell he doing with that money? Medicaid, Medicare should be locking him up for fraud. Because he's lying to them saying, I'm the main caretaker. But yet you got somebody you paying on the side that's not contracted, licensed, certified, like Information Man showed. She's not credentialed to do a damn thing. She probably wouldn't even know what to do if she needed CPR. And she went to school for psychology, and yet you became a caretaker in healthcare. So you don't, what the hell do you know? This girl's 25. All because she was admiring Umar at 16. You know, as a minor. Umar, that's statutory.
600 days, like what? Like you must give him some good pussy because he's spending 600, 300. We gonna get you.
That's 750 right
there.
This
guy's smiling on this. Look at this. Y'all. Please tell your kids that they're beautiful, that they're smart, that they're intelligent, especially your daughters. So all the real men in the chat that's got daughters or nieces, encourage them, uplift them. so they don't ever feel that they have to get attention from Umar the Oompa Loompa, nasty F, the piece of shit, Johnson. Encourage them. Tell her, hey, baby, you're a cute little girl. Do not ever feel that you have to talk to a Umar Johnson. Please stay away from him. Matter of fact, I'm blocking all his socials from your phone. Please don't ever think that this dude is worth your time. He doesn't bathe and he smells. You might catch something. Like, are you kidding?
Oh
my
I can
God.
show you the 750. The
That
750
is based off of the last woman that went on to who's
Okay, so let me tell you, right? So when Siobhan had basically got on the internet about him, he started paying me like a lot. I had to see that too. It was one point like around August, he was starting to pay me like around like August, he was paying me like 700. When she did that interview, he was overpaying me. I'm gonna tell you that he was overpaying me for an interview. I'm saying
it wasn't about no pussy at that moment.
Because of that
It's about the name, the character, okay, protecting all of that.
So since we there, let's go there. So he was paying for the pussy, right?
No, he wasn't paying for no coochie.
Come on now. All right, hold on. Tatiana,
he's gonna ask like this. What the heck? He's just gonna answer. He wasn't paying for the coochie though. No.
Yo, but
his, she's just throwing it away for free. Oh, girl. Oh, God. Where's the next receipt? I can't. They treat this like a joke. Is this a receipt she's showing? F. Is that the sister or the girlfriend? Who is this girl?
You talking about this? I'm no shade, but girl, this don't look too good.
Kim is not an ugly female. What are you talking about?
Which one?
That's not a receipt of anything. Where's the video of the house? Okay, here we go. Because otherwise, I can't do these little youngins, honey. This is why y'all got to encourage the girls. Tell them how precious and smart and beautiful they are when they're young.
All right, so let me play this real quick because I should have been played this. All right, so this is inside the crib, outside and out and inside. Excuse me.
That's embarrassing. I was even here. Tiny.
Y'all look at this. So here, I put this information up previously. Remember? I have the photos still of the outside of this home. And I already showed photos of the outside. It's got that old lifter rater there. That's not in use. Because she doesn't leave the house or anything. So we've already seen that. Because people were wondering, is my photos? Let me pull it up. People were wondering, they look, these photos are real. And they're, okay, let me show you. Because it's matching the video that she has. Because, who needs to lie about that? I mean, I have no reason to lie about the house and photos and none of that shit, right? So we can y'all can see this clearly, that this is the same home. Let me show y'all this right quick. Y'all see this? It's the same thing. Y'all see that? This door with the lifter rater that's all rusted up. Old. Y'all see that from this angle here? All right. Y'all see that's the side door, and then that's the main door right there. Where you see the little light there. That's the main door. I want y'all to see that this is the same photos I had that I reported on 2-3 months ago. I mean, when did I report on this? About 2 months ago. Probably longer. We're going into March. Y'all see this? So we got confirmation this is the same damn house. Same damn house. Just want y'all to see. This dude sitting here talking about paying for the pee and all this. Man, come on, man. It's like, dude, what are you asking her? Why are you asking him that? He said the same thing when he talked with Lene. It's like, why you keep focusing on that? Just that, can you ask her how old she was when she reached out to him? Was she 16 or what? So now we are clear on this. That's the same house that I had reported on and had photos up of. Let's get back to this. While he's sitting here asking her, he paid for the pee.
Why is it blurry now? I'm gonna have to refresh the screen because it's not that blurry.
I want to see what he's saying. I can't see you like that on there.
Yeah, because we don't see nothing. We don't need to see you, so I ain't gonna.
Right, let me see. Oh, he's trying to show the video. Right, okay. It's kind of blurry though. Yeah. You shouldn't show. Why show the outside of his house? Because that's like you're not going to show somebody's outside the house.
Well, they can't see it anyway, so I make sure I don't show it. But like you already
don't show the outside of his house.
Right, I got you. It's already public knowledge. Anyway, but I understand what you're saying. I definitely understand. And everybody, I'm gonna refresh the screen because it's very blurry. I don't know why it's blurry.
What the heck is that?
Because it's a free interview. That's why
Did y'all see that in the middle of the city? What is that? Is that to the attic? She talking about don't show the outside of the house. Oh, you got your damn mind. What the hell is that? That's not going to the ceiling, to the attic. What is that for?
Because it's a free interview.
Y'all know what that yellow thing is for? What is this?
Anyway, but I understand what you're saying. I definitely understand. And everybody, I'm gonna refresh the screen because it's very blurry. I don't know why.
What's that? What happens when you pull that? Fly trap? That's a fly trap? Oh my God. In the middle of the house like that? I've never seen that inside the house like that. How often is this thing changed out? How often do you have to change out those fly traps? Ugh. Since the early Wood said not since the early 80s. How often do you have to change this out? Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, that woman is sleeping up in that house with this fly trap. Yo, what the hell? It's just hanging here. I'll put it on normal speed.
Blurry.
Holy shit. Look at all this stuff.
That's why
She made a free interview, so all you want to get is blurry. When you start coughing up some funds, it might be clear.
Let me go. Hold on. Let me refresh. Shit, hey, okay. I ain't paying. Shit.
Oh, dude.
That shit is what the fuck. Let me refresh the screen. But there's we're exchanging, right? And let me just play that.
Show the house
show that. Oh, no. Hold on. All right, boom. Here we go. Boom. Can you see that? Let me blow it up a little bit.
So that's when I initially met him on Instagram.
This is 2024. Okay. I was about to say, what the hell? December 13th, 2024. Umar, I love you and I want to join the movement. Oh, this is so gross. He's got kids older than you. January 28, 2025. Appreciate you, princess. Where are you based? Because that's supposed to be a question mark, and he put that as a period. I'm in Lawrence, Jersey. Text my cell, Empress.
Instagram DMs, how I was telling you, it started off as a joke. I didn't think he was going to respond. You see, it's kind of a little bit over a month later. He's talking about, appreciate you. Where are you based? I said, I'm in Lawrence. Text my cell. It went to iMessage. Then it started going to phone calls and stuff,
Yeah, this is
right. Those messages were just to verify that she was in contact with Dr. Umar.
That's basically his DMs, but also it played a full video. You see me scroll over to his page and back to the DMs. Basically confirm that's his actual page, people.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how I got his number. Now the screenshots are his number with iMessage. You see that in the voicemail he left on my phone. You see that.
Right. Let me play that. Hold on. Let me play that right now.
I don't know if she wanted to tell people, show people this, where she got this place where she's from. Lawrence, Jersey. Hopefully no one finds her.
The voice.
God, the kids are so stupid. Damn kids.
You know, look at crazy right there a little bit. Just press it.
Is it right here?
This is Instagram. This is not his YouTube. But basically, I can see right here.
Here it is, y'all. Hold on for a second.
Where's the house?
Please give me a call, please. Thank you very much.
All right, that's pretty much what that is right there. So and I want to play that house shit again.
Umar, you thirsty as hell. You calling this girl? This girl is younger than your daughter, and it's like you begging her to call you. Thirsty as hell.
I don't know why that shit is Hold on.
Dude, you've already showed the outside.
Why that shit is blurry like that? So explain to me what you're saying, even though we know what we're saying. So that's the living room right there. So how does the crib smell?
Did y'all see the where the bed was?
So that's the living room right there. So how
Let me go back. Did y'all see the bed? Y'all see the bed? Is that the bed right here? Well, we don't see the mother. Where is she at? Y'all see her? Wouldn't she be in the bed? I'm just saying, like, shouldn't we see the mother in the bed? Y'all see a person over there? Y'all, this is so crazy. Is that a bed? Is that the bed? Because that's all I can see. Y'all, this is crazy. I don't understand. That's got to be the bed? Y'all, I see a couch reclined. That has to be the bed over there. This living room was so big, right? Because chair, junk. Y'all see this, right? Little mini sofa right here.
So that's the living room right.
This is the living room.
So how?
That's got to be the bed back there. Why do I not see a human? Where is she?
How does the crib smell? That's what I want to know. How does the crib smell? If it's like that, you gotta stink.
The house, like, you see that bathroom. Sometimes it would smell rotten. Sometimes it would smell rotten, but then he would, like, before I come there, he would make sure, like, he'll put bleach on the floor and, like, try to wash things up. But it was just like, it didn't really have a real odor, like a bad odor. You know, he took the trash out and stuff. It was just that all that stuff. You know, I think Siobhan thought it was mold. He's so old, and he puts like hair dye all in his hair and splats it all over the place.
Y'all, that's the bed over there. It's a bed back there in that corner. You can't make this up. Why isn't she? Okay. She could be in it. Why don't we see any sign that a person is there?
It's everywhere.
Damn. And God,
everywhere.
All right, so do you wash his moms up and all that shit? Like, do you wash her up and things of that nature? So
she cannot. She can. I can't even see the top of my head.
Yeah, this thing right here, man.
Shit, what?
I told her to lift it up a little bit so I can see the top of my head, and she's telling me to get. She's telling me you get up and down. I'm saying.
I can't with the dinginess of it all. I can't do it. Is that all he shows of the inside? Did y'all see that bed over there? You can imagine that bed is only but so big. I just want to see the receipts. That's it. I can't hear this girl talk no more. Girl, little girl, 25 years old. You need to read a book or 2 or 6. And you get some sense. She's not even taking this stuff seriously. I'm wondering where is the mother
Before I come there, he will make sure like
I can't take the voice. I'm trying. Let me go back to when he first played it. Cause I'm telling y'all, that bed is in the corner. I'm just trying to play that part again. They outside. All right, confirm this is the same pictures that I have. I don't know why they think, oh, don't show the outside like that's gonna somehow make a difference. The hell? You didn't hear her say anything, so the mother can't even talk. You didn't hear her, no audible noise, nothing. You don't even hear him. Y'all see? Back there, that's where the bed is. It can't be anywhere else. You don't hear him say a word, nothing. Who let them in the house? He ain't saying 2 words. They just walked in. I'm gonna slow it down so y'all can see. I'm gonna slow this down so y'all can see. I'm slowing down the video speed so you all can see what I'm talking about with this bed. Y'all see his back there? It goes real quick. This is stairway. That's the bed. Where's the human? Y'all see? That's it. God. And you don't hear her say a word. You don't hear her nothing. Does she even know like people coming in this house? Yeah, I oh my God. Looks like she laying on a recliner. Is that her? That's why I keep wondering. Is that her here under the sheet? You have to know do you know how small that person looks? Looks frail. This is so disturbing. It's like a ghastly figure. Oh, good Lord. Ah. Whew, this is infuriating. This is infuriating, you all. And you don't hear her say anything. There's no noise, no nothing. Like, that is crazy. Does she even know these? Like, there are people just coming in the house taking care of her. Random person. This can't be the only other person Umar's let in to just take care of his mother. There's no way. Like, it has to be. It's so obvious where he has like a revolving door with these so-called caretakers coming in because he's not there all the time and he won't let his relatives see her. Y'all see this person over here? That has to be the mother right there. Or either in the bed that's in the corner. And the host keep talking about paying for the pee and shit. Dude, get off of that. This is so crazy. I'm just trying to like see how was he there? Was she there alone with her? So obviously Umar's not here. Oh my God. This thing is not operational. I don't know with these wires, what the hell that is. I didn't see him in the photos that I had. No wires outside the door like that. How do people taking a shower in there? It looks like it's only one bathroom. This is crazy. So she's recording. Here it is. There it is, right there. Y'all see that clearly? The bed, a recliner. I don't know if that's her here or she's in the bed. How in the world do you how can you fathom someone being treated with care, getting what they nourishment, getting anything, everything they need? And this is the only two options for her. Seems like it's either it's recliner where it looks like a, I mean, when I say a ghostly figure, it's either that or the bed. Where's her wheelchair? Like, how are you getting her around? She can't go up the stairs. Y'all look at this. Oh my God. It's like this woman is a prisoner in her own home. This is a slow spanning in the living room. It's only but so big. See? You can have more chairs in here than anything else. No wheelchair. Y'all see anything? Like if she want to get outside, y'all see any wheelchair? Any way for her to get around? She's not mobile. She can't walk. You can't make this up. So you got this area back here where the bed is. No wheelchair, nowhere else. You can't carry her. So how is she getting around? She can't go upstairs, and she doesn't go outside. You got shoes on the stairs. Man, this is pathetic. Even if you get her to this, it's supposed to be like a lifterator on the stairwell. How do you get her over there? How do you get her on it and then ride her up the stairs? This is crazy. And then he got all this shit. This is a safety hazard. But he won't open the door for the police to do a wellness check. I don't even know what else to say, y'all. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So she's been highly neglected. The only thing he can do is ask her about, you paying for the pee. Jesus Christ. Y'all, let's get some supers in here. I want to thank you all for. We at least saw the evidence inside the home, and outside matches the photos that I have. I mean, I put up a video of the mother in church. Before he just took over her life. She actually was able to go to church with her other children, with other family. It's insane. Let's see here. I said that's the $5 super you all. I wanted to say from the other cast, them cast was never conscious and it has been shown to prove in peace. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the $5 super. Thank you, Ginger Spice, for the $10 super. I guess Mary Ann thinks we are all dumb and don't know what she's trying to do, shaking my damn head. Yeah, she does. She thinks we're dumber than her. Y'all know narcissists think that they're the smartest people in the room. It's funny how she's just like Umar. But yeah, she can't stand his guts. Imagine. Go figure. But she's proud of Polite being in her film. And he's in prison. Oh my God, y'all. It's the craziest thing ever. Shout out to User225. Thank you, Ginger. Shout out to User225 for the 199 super. Mall talks like she learned English at FDMG. Powerful. Powerful. Yeah. Oh, y'all. I'm getting delirious. I'm so disturbed by this mama being that they're gonna living room and nowhere to go. She can't cry for help. Oh, it's the worst. Oh man, use it 225. You know how to make us laugh. Juju's a new member. Thank you so much for the membership. I gotta give away memberships, you all. I got to do that. I'll do it tomorrow. Please remind me to give away the memberships tomorrow. So that you guys, because we get 10 free a month. So please remind me to give away those 10 free memberships. So I don't forget to do it. I'm exhausted. I just hearing this girl in this stupid interview. It broke my brain, people. I was passing out up here. Information Man Show. Like, hold on, let me come up. Shout out to Information Man Show. Thank you for the $4 super. Can I get a link? Like to talk to you? Oh man, y'all. He saw me crashing out. Y'all, I don't know how y'all got through this interview. How did y'all get through this? Oh, Jesus Christ. The host asked her, you pay for the people? Well, dude, will you stop asking that shit? It's so not important. Looking at this mother trapped in that house. You asked about that, bro. Shout out to Information Man Show. Mama love you, honey. Thank you so much. User 225 said Mal gonna try to get attention with noodle pigs. And she started posting up. Marianne, let me tell you something right now. We're not in the mood. Your noodle pics, feet pics, anything pics. I don't care if it's the center of Umar's head and on top of his soft spot. We're not in the mood. Y'all, you can just imagine, right? She posts up his feet pics. I'm gonna play the feet song. Oh my God, that's what we're gonna play after this. We gotta end this with some laughter, y'all. Why them toes look like that? We gotta play this after this. Shout out to you, Broccoli. How you doing, honey? Thank you for the $5 super. My question has always been, if she cared, why not take pictures of her condition, send them to the authorities so she can be rescued? They don't care. Yeah. I'm starting to feel that way. I don't care who was in that house. There's no way you should have came out of that and she's not coming with you. Umar should not be able to tell you don't open the door to the police. Why not? I'm not trying to sit up here like I'm a fugitive. The F wrong with you? No, we don't play like that. Because you can't make this up. So I'm infuriated, you all. I'm sorry, I'm infuriated. I'm annoyed that she's still in this condition. The family needs to definitely take more action in the court. No caretaker should be walking up in there and coming out, and that mother's not going to an ER to get treatment. Police not able to come in. And Umar doesn't regulate and control the law. You're a mandatory reporter. Stop playing around with this. This woman can't even walk. She probably doesn't really speak. You heard nothing from any other voice when they walked up in that house. You didn't hear anybody else saying anything. It only take me 20 minutes. Get in here so I can get a visual. I'm coming in with a body cam. You got to worry about my visuals being blurred. It's going to be crystal clear. Even if I got to get them glasses with the camera in it, I'm recording everything. I'm going to send it straight to the police, to the Elderly Association, to the Office of Medicaid, Medicare, Where is she getting a check from? Social Security? Yeah, we sending it to all of them. The IRS, I don't give a damn. We can hub out of here. Give me 20 minutes. I'm not playing with you. And you block it if you want to. I will tell these people to send SWAT, and you got 3 weapons and you holding us hostage. That's one of them FAFO moments. Umar should find out the hard way. Everybody want to see him talk about he got mental disease. He should not be making decisions with his mother then. Even more of a reason to get her out of that house. What do you mean? He's schizophrenic and psychedelic and psychopathic. Okay. Then he should not be caring for his mother. You imagine how a judge and jury would take that. So you say he may have these mental health disorders, and somehow you still left her in that house. Make this make sense? It's madness. And yes, I'm fussing. User 225, thank you for the 199 super. Now I want to visit Bro Polite for a conjugal visit. I can't take user you in time out. Yo, put you in time out, user. Y'all listen to this song. We gotta hit something funny. I got to. If not, I'm gonna keep fussing. I don't want to do that. Yo. Ah, humans are stupid. That's actually a YouTube channel. Y'all see? I didn't make that up. That's a YouTube channel. Shout out to Humans Are Stupid. He gave us one of the best songs ever. I'm gonna pull this up. Make sure you guys go over there and show us love. He can get in on everybody. He's absolutely hilarious. Well, let's see here. Hold on. I had this video saved. Why did I take it out? Yeah, and he does a great job. Okay, hold on. I don't watch this video at least 3 or 4 good times. What? Okay, here we go.
Human.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end it out. We're gonna end it out on this. All right. I'm trying to hit that like button. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I guarantee you're gonna enjoy this song. This is dedicated to Umar and his nasty, crusty, funky, fungus feet. Yeah, he did this for, Charles and Netta, but whatever. It applies to Umar as well. Let's go.
And then people wonder why do the other races call us the N-word? Have y'all looked up the definition of it? Have y'all looked up the definition of what is the N? Okay, I ain't gonna say the word.
Church. I got a question. I ain't judging.
I'm just asking. Why them toes look like that? Why them nails doing yoga in the back? One in left, one pointing at the sky. Look like they're throwing gang signs when you walk on by. Why them toes look like that? They testifying, but they out of sync. Lord, I ain't saying nothing mean. I just blinked and then I blinked again. Go walked in church, sandals low, front row seat. Let the dog get cold. Nails thick, color questionable. Looking like a science fair vegetable. Lord, one toe bent like it lost its way. Other toe saying nah, not today. Ain't say fungus, but I smell a plea for socks, shoes, and humility. Choir humming, organ crying. Meanwhile, them toes still testifying. I'm trying to pray, I'm trying to cope, but them nails look like they gave up hope. Why they fighting every open shoe? One curl up, one spread wide, look like they got opinions too. Why them toes look like that? Why they fighting every open shoe? One curl up, one spread wide, look like they got opinions too. Them toes look like that. I ain't mad, I'm just confused. Even Moses would have said, cover them feet before we part these pews. Pedicure been dodged for years, them toes seen war, trauma feels. one nail thick like a history book, or the one hanging by faith and love. If I screaming, I can't do this. Them toes say mind your business, but church is where the truth come out and the feet got stories they shout. Auntie say, baby, don't stare, but them toes say, look if you dare. I love everybody, yes I do, but Lord, why them toes look like gold? And ancient too. Why them nails rebelling so? They twist, they turn, they point, they preach. Got more direction than the Holy Ghost. I'll say they wrong, you don't get it wrong. But next Sunday, closed toe shoes. Why them toes look like that? Why them toes look like that? Why them nails rebelling so? They twist, they turn, they point, they got more direction than the Holy Ghost. Why them toes look like that?
Y'all be good. I'm gonna be back at it tomorrow. We're gonna cover a oldie but a goodie with Umar pretending like he in a classroom saying bullshit. Y'all, take care of yourselves. Thank y'all so much for the support. Hit the like button. Y'all, this song goes hard. Please check out Humans Are Stupid. Hey, go and check that song out. It's Sunday. You might as well. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you all. Umar Johnson toes have a fungal 5-way freak out. Use the 225. We love you, honey. Thank you for the 199 super, y'all. I appreciate you. We're going to end on that. Y'all be good, and I will see you in the next one. Let It Look Club out. Peace.